Varsha, I think we can start now.
Sure. Hello, good evening, everybody, and a warm welcome to all our speakers and participants. Let's begin with Shanti Part today. Padma ji, please help us to chant Shanti Part.
Hello, everyone. Good evening. Om Sahana Vavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Saha Viryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadikamastu Mavit Vishavahai Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Thank you.
Thank you. Now I'll play the national anthem. Or can anybody help me? I'm a little...
Should I?
Can we stand for a while?
पंजाब सिंधु गुजरात मराठा द्राविड़ उत्कल गंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्छल जलधि तरंगा तब शुभ नामे गावे तब शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तब जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे
Thank you, everyone. Okay, I'll start with the curriculum for today. And also a little bit, just go through yesterday's, what we discussed yesterday. So in this workshop, beyond 1:3:10 with innovation and product development, yesterday we have discussed why we need bioenzyme, what is the science behind bioenzyme, how do we make bioenzyme, and how can we make bioenzyme in bulk, and choosing the best ingredients for making a good bioenzyme. And today we have very good speakers who will be discussing on different topics related to bioenzyme, like product design, legal compliances, financial strategies for setting up a company for developing products on bioenzyme. Today we have a lot of nice speakers, experienced speakers who will be talking to us today. And we have a special guest, Ms. Savita Bhutani. And I want to just briefly tell everybody about her. She's a seasoned yoga and meditation instructor. She's an advanced art of living teacher and a director at Sri Sri Institute of Agriculture, Science and Technology Trust. She specializes in promoting holistic well-being and has led numerous workshops for individuals, organizations, and corporates. During her 2 decades in Assam, she led impactful programs including Mission Green Earth, Yogathon, natural farming training for 10,000 plus farmers, and interfaith conferences benefiting diverse communities. We are very honored to have you on our workshop today, Ms. Savita Bhutani ji. Now the floor is yours. Please give us some insightful information from your end.
Yes. Okay. So if you can remove the screen of the flag, or very honored national flag, then
Sorry.
Yeah, it's all right. It's all right. It happens.
I'm doing it for the first time, so I'm a little nervous. Please bear with me.
Don't worry at all. These technological glitches are always there. No problem. सबको मेरा बहुत ही नमस्कार, श्रद्धापूर्ण नमस्कार। और मैं बहुत आभारी हूँ नागेश जी को, जिन्होंने मुझे इनवाइट किया यहाँ पे। आज मेरे पास समय कम है, लेकिन फिर भी आई विल जस्ट स्पीक अ लिटिल बिट फ्रॉम व्हाट इज माय एक्सपीरियंस। सो सबसे पहले मैं एक गुरु को अपने याद कर लेती हूँ। ओम गुरु ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु महेश्वरः गुरुर्साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। अखण्डमण्डलाकारं व्याप्तं येन चराचरं तत्पदं दर्शितं येन तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः. So I'm very happy to be among all of you. I hope I can speak both in English and in Hindi. Varsha ji?
Yes, it's
Is it
fine.
okay to
Yeah.
use?
We have some guests
No, is
maybe
it
from
like are there
Asia.
people who don't understand Hindi or English?
There may be some
No,
participants from Sri Lanka and other countries. So English is preferred, but if you're
So
comfortable
I
with
will speak. So yeah, no, I'm comfortable with both. Hindi is my mother tongue, but very comfortable with English also. So now today we are at a stage where this Mother Earth, which has given us so much, and it is a thing which is our life. We don't even realize that we are just a minute part of Mother Earth. We are just extension of Mother Earth, but we think that we are controlling the earth. It is not like the way we are playing with the earth, everything is coming back to us. So now we have to, start doing things. We start all the progressive work that we do, whether it's in the field of agriculture or science or education or production, whatever, or commerce, bringing financial prosperity. Start, collaborating with Mother Earth and side by side taking care of Mother Earth. We have to understand this earth is a very precious to us, and not only to us, the future generations. So sometimes we think that whatever we do doesn't have much impact. हम कुछ भी करें, हम if we are just playing with Mother Earth, if we are just polluting Earth, if we are using plastics, if we are using chemicals in agriculture anywhere, it doesn't matter, but it matters at micro level also, macro level also. So here everybody is already quite aware, but still, since I have to speak, I just want to speak like whether it's our own health it is affecting, whether it is the society around us it is affecting, and if we take macro level, then it is affecting the entire planet. So we have to find things which are helping us in the natural day-to-day life. Like we need something to clean up. We need something to, for some manure, as a manure to give to our plants, our agriculture. But still, it can be a win-win situation where we can use the products which are helpful for everyone. It is not that it is helpful to only just as it is helpful only to one aspect. Like suppose if we are using enzyme, what it is helping us with our health. It is also helping keep the water pure, earth pure. It is helping us to keep the environment pure. So it is a win-win for everyone, and it is low cost. We are also handling the garbage, and as well as we are the product that is made out of it is also useful in every account. So I've been training people in enzymes right since 2014, and have done lot of training or in different with lot of RWAs, with schools, colleges, and so many people I've taught. Now I'm also teacher of natural farming. I'm the master trainer for natural farming, and we are working with more than 25 lakh farmers with Agriculture Trust of Art of Living. I have been creating lot of trainings for the farmers with the government, and otherwise also I'm in different states, taught lakhs and lakhs of farmers. Right now, also we have got a big, chunk with Assam, with Haryana government has then say 10,000 farmers teach them natural. Enzyme is just like that. As you know, we are creating concentrate of good bacteria that in natural farming. When we create, we make Jivamrit, which is a very like concentrated form of good bacteria for the farms, and like we are making Bijamrit and other things. So here I would like to say that we all are pioneers in this, and we all have to take it forward. And the scientific aspect, you'll all be discussing what is like, product management, and or this what is like the scientific aspect of making enzyme, and what kind of the elements that are enhanced, what kind of help it does to the mother earth and to the health of the people. But in my short very, very short speech, I would just like to say that we all have to, because in my house, for a long time, I'm using for my mopping, for my cleaning, for my face wash, for my utensils, for my gardening. I've got a big garden, and I have not even used one drop of chemical farming, chemical fertilizer, not even one drop of any type of insecticide, pesticide, which is chemical. So I make Jivamrit, I use enzyme, I use, even for my dog, I use to clean him up, I use enzyme. So what I would like to say here, that we all have to start first using ourselves in every way. Like I use it for my skin also. I use it for so many other things at home. With my washing clothes also I add, and my kitchen utensils. Although my cook says it doesn't give me a lot of good perfumes which you have, that flavor, that aromas which you have in chemically made, factory made kitchen utensil washing liquids. But I say this is natural, because this, even if it goes inside your stomach, it is not going to harm you. If you're washing the utensils and if somebody drinks it up, it is not going to harm you. So I have worked with many different different forums for this with the society. I've worked with street children, I've worked with orphans, I've worked with farmers, I've worked with destitute women. Being an art of living teacher, I teach Sudarshan Kriya, I teach meditation, Sahaj meditation, teach advanced meditation, I teach advanced techniques of yoga. So everything is so combined together. It is all like, it is all complementary. When we are talking about yoga, it is also helping us to, understand, becoming one with the nature. When you are becoming sensitive to nature, you can't see nature being destroyed in any way. Then you get sensitive to, how it is like there is interdependence of everything to everything. When we are looking after nature, the nature is looking after us. You can immediately see how it helps us to when you are giving your chemically treated soil, which gets totally dead. There are no natural bacteria, fungi, no natural microbes, and it is dead. So the environment has no energy around you. There is no energy, it is only the dead environment. But when through these enzymes with Jivamrit, we create a good energy, because we are creating a very powerful, positive sattva energy around us. It helps not only in in our health, but also mentally it elevates us, it relaxes the calm, because any chemical around us also pulls us mentally down. It gives us depression, it gives us anxieties. So where with with like what Nagesh is doing is very highly recommendable. It is like something like this, when he's taking it to so many people, it will really give a big boost to enzyme, and everybody who's using enzyme will also understand the thing that it one-sided benefit. It is benefit, and we all have to work to it. So, and on one side, naturally, we take care of our body through yoga, meditation, or Ayurveda. I follow Ayurveda since last 25 years. Since last 20 years, since 2005. So Ayurveda is like these are all are natural things which are life enhancing, which take care of you, not only your body but the extended body around you, which extends to the the cosmos. So on one side is this, and then we are taking care of nature with enzymes, with Jivamrit, with all the natural products that we use in agriculture, in cleaning. We are taking care of the water. We are taking care of the air, because every chemical that you put evaporates and goes into the air. So we are taking care of air, water. We are taking care of um, all the five elements, and with that the people, and with that the whole planet as a whole, with the ecosystem is being revived. So this is what is my intake, and I'm very happy to be part of Art of Living Foundation, where we are working in all these. We have rejuvenated more than 75 rivers, especially in South India, which were almost dead. And we are working with a lot of farmers, teaching them natural farming, teaching them very natural techniques of farming, gopalan, the desi cow, how to make the indigenous cows, how to take care of them, and how to how to make all the products out of them. Like that, there are so many different forums which I work. I also promote Ayurveda. I also promote yoga, meditation. So this enzyme is also part of it, and I'm very happy. There was a time when I was taking care. I was putting thousands of liters of enzyme into the Yamuna River, because we were doing a campaign of cleaning Yamuna. And I have also been, because we know that if 30% of the population uses enzyme in a city, their water bodies are clean. So with that note, with the note that from my side, that we are into something very precious, and let us this amrit, which is, it's like a amrit, because it is good for everyone in every way. Let us take it forward to everyone. Let us use in our lives in every way. If I get a slightly skinned, I get itching or anything, first thing I do is apply enzyme. So if I get a little itching in my head, the first thing I apply enzyme. So I'm very happy that this kind of initiative is being taken, and internationally we are promoting. So with that, I will close my talk. And if anybody wants to ask me anything about anything that I do or enzyme, I'm open. I am here for 5 minutes more, because after that I have to go somewhere.
Okay. Thank you so much, Ms. Savita, for your valuable inputs. And I mean, I really want to take a note that if, like you said, that 30% of the population of each city, if we use bioenzyme, each city will become clean. The water bodies will become clean. So I think we should take a small pledge that we can try to teach
Yes.
our like neighborhood to use bioenzyme. Thank you so much for your time.
And we can start making small bottles and start gifting to people.
Sure.
Because this is what I've done. I will make with only rose or some flowers, and with nice smell, and maybe with oranges only, because it really has very good smell. I've made virtually with everything, from aloe vera to neem to, there was a passion with me. So I would try each and every different enzyme also. I would, make with amla. I have lots of enzyme with amla, with rose. All my puja flowers I use, because they are mainly roses, and some these
Marigold.
other. No, marigold also, and there's another, that white one, Bela we call it here in India. So I make them, and there's such nice fragrance. So I started presenting, and people started using, and they, especially if there has a skin allergy or something, and then they use and they realize it's so good. So to make small bottles, 100 ml, 200 ml, started giving it to people. So once they use, they realize, oh, it's good, and it is not anything which is smelly, because the moment you say we make it out of the kitchen waste, or we are making it from garbage waste, they start having doubts in our mind, in their mind. They think, oh, this is something like, garbage only. But when they use it, they realize it. So we should promote, use it yourself in every aspect of your life, and give to a lot of people. Thank
It's
you.
like circular economy, that we are using one thing for another. Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you so much. Thanks a lot, Ms. Savita. Anybody has
Thank
any
you.
questions? Or Ms. Preeti, can we do it later, the question answer session, or?
No, we can just continue.
Okay. So I'll just go with the success story then, the next thing, or okay.
Yeah,
So
please.
let's move ahead to the next like a short video we are going to play. It's a success story from somebody, her name, sorry, Miss Juliana from Indonesia. Her company name is Bioenzyme Nusantara, and we're going to play a video for 2 minutes, and she talks how to present our product beautifully. So, Miss Padma or Miss Preeti, can you help me to play the video?
Hi, Parsia. Okay. Hello, Preeti. Thank you. Thank you, Preeti. Hello, everyone.
Thank
Hi,
you.
Parsia.
Hello.
Yeah, just now shown in the video is our ecoenzyme derivatives. I'm Juliana Ojong from Ecoenzyme Nusantara from Indonesia. We are not a company, but we are the community. Okay, so have you all seen all the video? Is all the product from the personal care products, household cleaning, and also some agriculture and environmental sector. So it's ecoenzyme derivatives are innovative products made using ecoenzyme as the main ingredients. The goal is to increase its usefulness, simplify daily application, and reduce our reliance on harmful synthetic chemicals that damage the environment. You know, everyone, that every day we use the soap is actually to clean our homes and ourselves. But do we pick the right products? Cleaning without polluting? But usually, until now, yes, a lot of people still, without realizing, using the soapy water flowing into the drains actually harmful the rivers and soil where the life grows. And we we are not really pick the right products because we only see the materials, maybe only for the promotion, the lower price, or only the packaging is good, or the pretty design. But the chemicals or the harmful synthetic from the product itself, we never realize. So our community start by 2019, and we encourage everyone, our volunteers and the members, to make a lot of enzyme itself. Then start from 2021, we start making the soap, detergent, and also the agriculture and environmental sector, like a product like a biopesticide and liquid organic fertilizer using enzyme. So ecoenzyme volunteers are not only transforming organic waste, but also inspiring a lifestyle change. Eco-friendly soap become a symbol that caring for the earth begins at home, in the kitchen, and through everyday habits. What we are using today will return to nature tomorrow. And therefore, let us choose our product that clean without harming the environment. And also, ecoenzyme volunteers need to use and promote environmentally friendly soap, because the enzyme movement is not only about the product, not only making the product, but also building a lifestyle that lives in the harmony with nature. Eco-friendly soap or detergent is one of the real application of these values in the daily life. So actually, we should, as a community, and also thank you for Priti and the community from BEA, we should support each other, and supporting community empowerment is one of the basic standards to encourage everyone and also our volunteers to build the social and environment programs, sustainability education activities, and to make a green small business in the future. And we hope our changing consumption habits also can deliver the message of start from home. I think I only can share a bit of that. And we are very proud, our volunteers from 33 provinces and 28 cities, just now you saw in the video, are making a very beautiful products from their heart. And let me show you some things from our home too, because I'm collecting some of the products from our volunteers around Indonesia, and the personal body care also they are making very pretty and very carefully made with a heart. And even the detergent and the liquid soap, and one of the aromatic is our, and also the aromatic one like this is can use for massage, for massaging. And another one is a I forgot how to say in English, but this is the pills, yeah, the fruit pills. This become our pillow, actually, is a pillow. And we are using in our chair, and this is the same as just now, is a pillow covering with the cloth bag. So I can use it to sit here with the pillow massage. Okay. I'm sorry for my bad English, but I hope today is the first ever our collaboration with DA for the soap making product. And our testimony is just done. Thank you so much. Thank you, Preeti, and thank you, Fasya.
Thank you, Juliana. And it was wonderful seeing the product presentation. And we really appreciate when we saw the small changes in the way you pack the soap and the way we give. So that was a lesson for all of us. And hopefully we will learn a lot of things from Indonesia and implement it. Thank you so much for joining us. And you can stay with us. We have some more sessions continuing.
Yeah,
Yeah, thank you.
welcome. Thank you so much for having me here.
Thank you.
Okay, so now we are going to invite our next speaker, Ms. Shalini Bhatt. She's a practicing charter accountant with an experience of over 15 years in areas like statutory audit, compliance, company incorporation, and various other registration. Her expertise is in helping startups and initial statutory registration and setting up accounting and internal control systems based on the requirement of the nature and size of the business. In addition to her professional work, she is a treasurer and active member of R.R. Nagar Eye Care Trust that works on improving environmental conditions in Bengaluru urban area through tree planting drives, lake rejuvenation, and solid waste management projects. Thank you, Ms. Shalini. Are you here?
Yeah, hi.
Okay,
Thank
hi.
you. Thank you for the introduction. Yeah, hi everyone. So today, actually, I was asked to present the side on, setting up a business, the legal and statutory compliances, and how to even start off with it. So I'll be sharing my screen with you guys. Just a minute, sorry. Are you able to see it?
Not yet.
Is it visible?
No, not yet. Yeah, now we can see it.
Yeah, okay. So when we tell setting up business, and if we say you want to start a company, many people think company is synonymous for any form of business. But there are different forms of an entity, the different types of entity we will be going through first. So basically here in India, we have this 4 legal forms, usually what people adopt. One is sole proprietorship, and the other is the regular partnership, the traditional one. Limited liability partnership is slightly more recent development in India, and private limited company. So sole proprietorship is where it is just one owner. You're the only owner. Partnership firm, 2 to 50 partners can come together and form the regular partnership. Limited liability, minimum 2 partners. There is no cap on the maximum number of partners, but due to practical reasons, usually you don't have like too many partners. Private limited company, you all will be quite familiar with it. It is where you have like a share capital and there will be shareholders, and it will have directors as well. So maximum you can have 50 directors in a private limited. So if you want more than that, you will have to go public. So we will go through what is like the characteristics of each one, each variety. So as I told you, sole proprietorship, partnership, the regular partnership, then LLP, limited liability partnership, and private limited. So sole proprietor concern, it is one member only, very simple to start. You don't require really any formal registration. The minute you think you want to start a business, your sole proprietary concern has started. So you can have a name for it and all that, but it won't be considered as a separate entity, meaning the owner and the entity is one and the same. For instance, you want to file your IT return for your sole proprietary concern. It will be the individual's PAN itself used. Under your individual PAN, your business income also will be considered. So supposing that individual has salary, or you have, say, rent from some property, you will be showing that, and then you will be showing your business income as well. Later, when I explain partnership firm or limited liability or private limited, you'll know how this is different. And one disadvantage of sole proprietary concern, so though it is very simple to start off with, the concern will be regarding its liability. It is unlimited liability. So liability can be limited or unlimited. So in case of unlimited liability, it means that if you owe money through your business activity, you owe money to people and your business runs into losses continuously, still you will owe that money. You will have to pay it. You will have to pay it out of your personal funds. So here, that's what you have mentioned, unlimited liability. So personal assets are at risk in case of sole proprietary concern. So it wouldn't be suitable for some very big venture, or you're putting in a lot of money. It's a risky business. In such cases, it won't be suitable, sole proprietary concern. Or someone else is investing, for instance. Even in that case, sole proprietary concern wouldn't be suitable. For whom it is suitable is if you're a small time trader or a very small manufacturer, or say some freelancer, you're just giving a small consulting business. To say it is for a small scale business, it is fine. Even for a large scale business, it is fine, but a large scale business which has grown over a period of time, accumulated sufficient cash and assets in the business. For that kind of a business, it will still continue to be suitable, sole proprietary concern. But if you want to, set up some big setup, a complex structure where there are many investors and things like that, sole proprietary concern won't be suitable. But for somebody who just has started off and want to try and test the ground, sole proprietary concern is best way to go, because it will work out cheaper, because there is no registration required initially. And if something is not working your way, it's very easy to close it off as well. There will be no much formalities. Okay. So taxation will be how you, for an individual in income tax, for those who haven't still started off with filing returns and all that, in income tax, there is slabs for individuals. Depending on the level of your income, it will vary from 5 to 30%. Initial 12 lakhs, actually, there is no tax for an individual. So your business income also will be taxed under those slabs, applicable slabs. Registration, as I told you, no registration is required. GST and Udyam are optional, and GST kicks in only when if you're giving services, your annual turnover is going to exceed 20 lakhs, or if you're selling products, if your turnover is going to exceed 40 lakhs, only then GST comes into picture. Otherwise, it's not really required. So you can start off a business even without GST registration. So next is the partnership, the regular partnership, the traditional one. Here you can have up to 50 partners. So when 2 or 3 or 4 people want to come together and start a business, partnership would be suitable. It's suitable more for like family run businesses where you trust each other very much. Family run business, again, family members where you can trust the family member. That's what I mean. Or even when friends come together and they want to start off, a firm. If you have good trust among each other, you've dealt with that person on a long-term basis, only then partnership would be suitable. Why? Because here liability is unlimited is one thing. So unlimited meaning your personal assets also will be at stake. You will have to pay off whatever you owe in the business using your personal assets, personal funds. And if you see, it's mentioned joint and several. What this means is if your partner has been negligent or has committed a fraud, you too will be liable for that. You cannot say the partner did it, so I am not responsible. Because here it is joint and several. Say a partner did something illegal or something which wasn't as per the norms, whether it was on purpose or not. But if a huge penalty is supposed to be paid because of that act of that partner, still you will be liable to pay off that. Even if that partner does not bring in money, the entire responsibility will be on you to bring in the money and make good that loss. So it's a very risky form of business. So it would be advisable to go for a regular partnership only with somebody who you totally trust. Taxation here is flat 30% in the sense if you earn a profit meaning your turnover minus the business expenses. Your business turnover, sales, what you make minus the expenses, that is the business profit. So even if you make 1 rupee profit, 30 paisa, 30% plus there will be cess. So 30% will, that is 30 paisa out of 1 rupee will go to the government. So even if you earn 1 rupee, 30 paisa out of that will go to the government. This earning, I mean the profit, not the turnover, okay? Registration, it's optional here. You can just write out a deed between the partners and you can start off with the partnership. Actually, as per the Partnership Act, even a written deed is not compulsory. Even if through words, spoken words, you people have decided to form a partnership, it will still hold good. So registration, you will have to do it at sub-registrar office itself. There is no specific body or overseeing all this. There is no regulatory body for a regular partnership. You will have to register with sub-registrar office, or there will be registrar of societies or firms, registrar of firms there. You will have to register over there. It will be as per your jurisdiction, depending on where your office is situated. So registration is optional. In case of limited liability partnership, minimum is 2 partners, no upper cap. Here the advantage compared to the regular partnership, one is it is limited capital. It is limited to the capital you have promised to bring in. When you form limited liability partnership and make the limited liability agreement, in the agreement, it will be clearly stated how much capital each partner will be bringing in. So your liability gets restricted to that. No matter how much is the liability created over due course of time by the LLP. You would have entered into many contracts over due course of time. Responsible beyond that. Of course, unless there was a fraudulent intent by the partners, if the partners have a fraudulent intent of, they want to say, just for the purpose of cheating people, they form an LLP, take money from people, or from they owe a lot of money, though they have funds in the LLP, they don't pay it, they waste off the money. So if it is proven that it's with the fraudulent intent, then the liability becomes unlimited in case of private limited as well as LLP. But in the regular course of business, the liability is limited to your capital contribution only. The taxation will be at flat 30% in case of LLP as well. Registration, it is mandatory. There is a procedure, online procedure. There are very specific documents you need to submit to the government. So MCA is Ministry of Corporate Affairs. Ministry of Corporate Affairs is the regulatory body for companies as well, private limited companies. The same body regulates LLPs as well. So the advantage here is, if the people who are dealing with you need to trust you, this is one of the methods. This is one of the type of organization you can go for. Private limited or limited liability partnership. What happens is, once you are registered with MCA, when MCA, you submit documents to MCA, each partner's KYC documents will be submitted. So even your PAN is verified against the income tax records. The income tax server, it will access MCA and it will validate your PAN. Your address proof, current address proof will have to be proven. It's not just through Aadhaar or your passport. It is, you have to give a latest dated transaction bank statement or a utility bill, government issued utility bill like BESCOM or BWSSB bill, where your name and address will be mentioned. So to that extent, they ensure that your documents are checked. So there is a level of trust built already. People who are dealing with you know that there is a regulatory body which has looked into all this. Plus, whatever filings you do will be transparent, in the sense anyone who wants to check on what you have done in the past can go to MCA website, and if they have your LLP name, they can search out the documents. Very, very nominal fee, 100 rupees, 50 or 100 rupees you can pay and download those documents, including your financials. They can see how it is, and everything is transparent. The basic details of the LLP, like who are the partners, since how many, when it was incorporated, until which date their documents have been filed, forms have been filed, the annual forms, all that will be viewed, can be viewed on the MCA website. Even without paying anything, anyone can go and search it out. So that way, this builds a trust. So if you want to get in some, say, unknown people into the LLP for investing purpose, they still can, do their due diligence very easily. So to an extent, for fundraising, it is suitable, but only to an extent, because to take in their funds, you will have to bring them in as partners. And in terms of taking in partners, it's not very flexible. The procedure is slightly complicated for if you want to keep taking in people as partners. So if you want to take in investment, you want to do a serious round of fundraising, private limited would be more suitable than LLP. LLP is better than private limited in terms of compliances. When it comes to compliances, private limited has very heavy compliance. But limited liability, there is transparency, there is a regulatory body and all that. But the compliances is comparatively very less compared to private limited. Going forward, government may impose some more compliances, but as on date, LLP is way more easier. Private limited, on the other hand, the compliance is heavy, but you still can have just 2 owners, 2 directors, and keep it simple. But of course, annual compliances will be there, and there will be a cost added to it. So private limited company is one of the most expensive forms of organization in comparison to sole proprietary, partnership, or LLP. LLP annual filing is there, but it is much, much simpler. For company, even if you do zero business after you have incorporated and filed all the incorporation related filings, still if you do even zero level business, not a single transaction, still you will have to do the annual filing, and the minimum basic documents will have to be prepared and filed, like directors report, financials, list of shareholders, list of directors. All these are some basic documents we have to prepare and submit, and a CA only has to submit it. You will need a professional, a CA or CS, to do this. You cannot do it on your own. Even in case of LLP, you will need a professional to sign off the documents and sign off the form, basically. So there will be added cost. The professional's fee will be an added cost. The filing fee will be an added cost. Plus, if you miss out on any compliance, the penalties are heavy. So you will have to so you will have to be careful when you start a private limited, unless you're planning to have something big, planning on starting some bigger business, or say you have worked on the business as a sole proprietary concern or partnership or limited liability for a while. Now you're confident that you are ready for a step up, only then private limited would be suitable. So you have to make your choice very carefully. You have to consider your liability. So as I told you, in sole proprietary and partnership, it is unlimited liability, whereas in LLP and private limited, it is limited to your capital contribution. And tax outcome you have to look into. The tax will work out slightly lower in case of sole proprietary concern, but it will be a flat rate in the remaining 3. Capital access. Yeah, this is what I was telling you, fundraising. If you're planning to go for fundraising, then you will have to go for either LLP or company. For larger amounts, company would be more suitable. And compliance load. Compliance load is very heavy for private limited, much lesser for LLP, and much, much lesser for sole proprietary concern and partnerships. So a wrong choice means your personal assets get exposed. You will be ending up paying higher taxes. You will miss out on funding rounds if you were planning to go for funding but didn't incorporate a company. And of course, the expenses involved. So this is just a comparison of the 4 types. You can take a screenshot of this. I will even share this PPT with Preeti. Maybe she can, or I can share it in the group if all of you are on the group. So this, the legal status, what I told you, this proprietorship and partnership, it's not a separate entity, and hence it's unlimited liability. Here, LLP and private limited are separate, but partnership also, the regular partnership also is a separate entity to an extent. When it comes to your PAN, the partnership will have a separate PAN and the individual partners will have a separate PAN. Same with LLP and private limited. LLP and private limited will have a separate PAN of its own. So this is, I have already discussed the minimum and maximum owners, income tax slabs. Yeah, statutory audit is compulsory in case of private limited company, irrespective of how much business you do. Even zero business, an auditor has to certify telling they have audited your transactions and your, whatever activities have happened during the year. In case of LLP, only if your turnover is more than 40 lakhs, statutory audit becomes compulsory. Again, for partnership and proprietorship, it will be determined by income tax rules. If you cross certain levels of turnover and your cash transactions are more, if it's more than 5% of your turnover, only then it attracts an audit. Otherwise, it doesn't require audit, just you will be filing an IT return. In case of LLP and private limited, IT return plus there will be annual forms. Yeah, fundraising, usually proprietorship is self, or you can go for a bank loan. Generally, private funding will be through known people only in case of sole proprietary. Partnership, it is partners capital, but you can as well go for loans. LLP fundraising can be done by bringing in partners. Even FDI, foreign direct investment, it's eligible for that. Private limited as well, FDI, it will be eligible, and funding is through equity and VCs and ESOPs. Setup time, yeah, this is like proprietary concern, hardly anything. Partnership will take time for maybe just drafting the partnership deed, getting stamp paper, printing it, and all of them signing it, and then applying for PAN. LLP and private limited will take a little time because there is a step-by-step procedure. Multiple forms will have to be filed, and we have to wait for approval from MCA. So this is just a roadmap for if you want to incorporate a company. It will start with, applying for digital signature. You'll have to get a director identification number. So in case of LLP or company, the directors or partners, as the case may be, will have to go for director identification number. If you already have one because you are a partner or a director in some other entity, you will not need to apply for a new one. Director identification number is a lifetime single number. It will be linked to your PAN. And then we have to form the incorporation forms in case of LLP and companies. There are specific forms which we have to file and wait for MCA to approve it. First, you will have to get your name approved. So if there is already a name, same name, say there is a trademark registration on that name, or if there are companies and LLPs already incorporated with same name or a similar name in your line of business, it won't be approved, the name. So it's better to have options, multiple options. If you want to go for a particular name, you will have to first search, and if it says it's unavailable, it won't be approved by MCA. And another thing I would like to point out is your LLP or company name can be one and your brand name can be something else. So if you're particular about having a brand name, you don't have to worry. Your LLP can still be some partner's initials or something like that, which will get approved. The brand name can still be promoted and it can be different from the LLP name. And these are the main governing documents. So MOA, AOAs in case of company, LLP agreement is in case of an LLP. Partnership deed is the regular partnership. The regular partnership needn't be notarized or signed by anyone other than the partners themselves. Maybe any two witnesses will be sufficient. So once you incorporate and you have received your PAN and TAN is a tax deduction account number. This will be needed later when you have to deduct tax at source. That is slightly more complicated. On certain payments you make as a business entity, you will have to deduct tax at source, like professional fee, rental payments, brokerage or commission. These, when they cross certain limit in a year, you will have to deduct tax at source. So for that, you will need to have a tax deduction account number. So these will be automatically issued when you apply for incorporation of a company. PAN and TAN will come automatically. In case of LLP, you will have to again separately apply for it and get it. So once your incorporation is complete, in incorporation, there are two steps. One is name approval and then incorporation. Only through name approval, it does not mean you can start using that name. You cannot use it on your invoice or your agreements with third parties. You cannot open a bank account with that name. You will have to complete your incorporation to start using that name. So once you complete your incorporation, you can go in for opening a current account and GST registration if you think it is needed, or because of some other reason it is compulsory. For instance, if you have to do an online trading, online selling of your product, you will have to go for GST registration. Online trading of products is not permitted until and unless you have GST registration. So irrespective of how small your turnover is, if you are going to sell products online or through an online platform, you will have to have GST. Shop Act is the Shops and Establishment Act. This registration is needed when you have a specific business place. If you are working out of your home, you will not need it. But if you have a business place specifically for your business, you will have to go for shops and establishment. Udyam is where you want to declare yourself as a small scale entrepreneur. So when you are declaring yourself as a small scale industry, there are certain advantages. One of it is people who owe you money are obliged to pay you within 45 days of you raising invoice. You can insist on that. So that is one advantage for MSMEs, that is medium and small scale industries. That is an advantage if you have gone for Udyam registration. Another one is whenever you take loan in the future from bank, they will give it to you at a lower rate if you have gone for Udyam registration. And if you're going for trademark registration, the fee you have to pay, the government fee you have to pay for trademark registration significantly reduces if you go for, if you're already an Udyam registration registered person. PFESI, you need it only once you have like more than 10 employees and all that. It won't be needed in the initial stages. Only after you employ certain number of employees, you will have to go for PFESI registration. I can make an, Preeti, I can make an additional screen specifically speaking about these initial registrations.
Yeah, sure.
I don't have it in this set, but
Okay.
I can add that page to this set as well.
Sure. We are making a book, so we will incorporate all the details in that book.
Okay, sure, sure. So once you have opened your current account, you can start invoicing, and it's better if you from beginning have a setup for your accounting system. It will always make things very much easier. So for a small scale business, all you will have to do is just have a box file or a file. If you're going to have lesser number of bills, just keep punching all your bills into that, or at least have a box in which you just throw that bill, so that if some professional later accounts for the whole period, since you're a small scale business owner, you may not need a full-time accountant, or you may not need services of a professional who will do your accounting on a weekly or a monthly basis. Even you may get it done quarterly once, would be more than sufficient. And GST return or TDS return, all these are quarterly returns. So you can align your accounting also based on that. But what happens is, generally what I have seen, I work with startups, what mistake they do is they postpone this work and they think that they will do it, and they don't do it. And some of them try to be very systematic. It becomes very difficult when you are a sole proprietor, especially, and you have to look into all the operations and take care of the books of accounts. It becomes very difficult. No matter how systematic you are, you will run short of time. So my advice would be to just make sure you dump all the bills in one place. Your accountant will take care of the rest. If you are having cash transactions, I would suggest you maintain a handwritten book. You can even carry a pocket book, the small one. Just note down your expenses in that, but have a dedicated place for recording cash expenses. This is again a mistake many make. They will think after 3 days, 4 days, they will just record it. But trust me, we end up missing out on certain expenses. Without fail, we will miss it. There will be a lot going on in your business. Initially, you will have to set up a lot of things relating to your operations, and some petty expenses you will incur and you would have paid by cash. Now, of course, most of the people go for UPI, but for whatever reason, if you are dealing with people in rural areas or some very small setup people who are not ready to take UPI payments, you may end up making cash payments. We end up missing out small expenses. Even in case of UPI payments, after a while, you will not know whether that was a personal expense or a business expense. You will not be able to arrive at what your real business expense and what your real business profit is. So even in case of UPI payment, it's better to note down in that book, in a bracket, you can note down whether it was cash payment or a UPI payment. You will not have to waste your time later, taking the print or going through your UPI statement and then trying to fish out the business expenses. So I would highly recommend, and don't go in for maintaining an Excel online. If you want to maintain it online, let that be an additional one. Your first entry has to be in a book, because I have seen many people think every day at the end of the day, they'll go to that Excel, open that Excel and update it, but they don't do it. They will do it maybe the first week, maximum first month. After that, they lose track, because you will not end up going to that Excel sheet specifically at the end of your day. So I would highly recommend to have a handwritten book handy and note down those expenses in that. So your accountant finally will need your bank statement, those bills, the bundle of bills, and those list of those expenses. So with these three your books of accounts can be drawn up. So this is a list. I mean, this would be too much for you to take in, but I have just made it a part so that you just have an idea even before you decide to go into a specific type of business. So it will give you an idea of how much you will need to do. Say GST return, you will have to pay it on a monthly basis, but you can opt for a quarterly return filing. And this again, even if you have had zero turnover, you have not done any activity, you will have to file it. If you don't file, you will have penalties. Later, when you have to file it, you will have penalties. Or after 3 months, you haven't filed continuously for 3 months, you will receive a notice telling your GST registration is going to become invalid, or it will be subject to cancellation. Even after that, if you don't file, after 6 months, you don't file, later the GST department itself will cancel, or they will cancel your GST registration. And when they cancel it, again getting it on track becomes very difficult. There will be many additional costs involved in addition to the penalties you have to pay up to date. TDS payments you will have to do on a monthly basis. TDS return will be quarterly. PF again monthly, it is monthly returns and monthly payment. So they will have due dates, like TDS payment will have to be made by 7th of the next month. These and all, don't try to memorize it. As and when it comes up, you will have to cross the bridge. But I just want you to have an idea that these will be involved. These kind of compliances will be involved once you're into a business. TDS is not compulsory for sole proprietary concern until and unless you cross that 1 crore turnover criteria. Until then, TDS, you're not obligated to deduct TDS on the payments you make. And advance tax, 4 times in a year, there are percentages what you need to pay up. That is, advance tax comes in once you're making profits enough to pay taxes. So you will have to estimate your tax for the year, and then you will have to remit it in advance, the tax. Only if you feel you're going to have a tax payable, you will have to do this exercise of advance tax. Board meeting and all is for private limited. If you're a private limited company, then you will have to, whether you actually meet and have a board meeting, but you will have to record that you did the board meeting, and you will have to record minutes of the meeting. You will have to maintain that document in a file. Director KYC, now earlier it was on an annual basis. Going forward, it's going to be once in 3 years. There is a procedure for that. Again, this is only applicable for those who have a director identification number. That is, if you're a partner or in an LLP or a director in a company. Annually, you will have to file ITR. ITR is common for all types of organizations. Statutory audit report we discussed already. For company alone, it is compulsory annually, and these are other annual forms. For LLP, it will be Form 8 and for Form 11. For private limited, it is AOC 4 and MGT 7, and there will be a few others. GSTR 99C is only when your turnover exceeds certain limit, and otherwise it's not needed. So based on what I have explained, just to summarize, how you plan your business to be, how you think your business is going to grow, in which direction you're going to take it, Based on that, decide on whether you'll go for a sole proprietary or partnership, LLP, or a private limited. So at testing stage, sole proprietary concern is the best. You don't have to depend on anyone else. It's just you, very small transactions. Sole proprietary concern is the best one. The cost involved also will be very, very minimal. LLP is bootstrapped when a little beyond testing level, but you're trying to keep your expenses low, overheads low, then LLP would be an option, because the compliances, since compliances are lesser, your outlay also will be lesser to keep the LLP afloat. Private limited would be when you're scaling up, when you want to go for another round of fundraising from outsiders, and you want to, market it in a very big way. Only then private limited, it's better to go for private limited only then. Earlier LLP, people used to not recognize it at par with private limited, but now LLP as well has, people trust it because they know there is a regulatory body. And again, you have to be careful regarding your personal liability. So in sole proprietary concern and partnership, your personal assets will be at stake. And yeah, compliances, you have to be ready for compliances if you go for private limited or LLP. Okay. So yeah, this is all. So any questions you can ask me.
Thank you, Shalini ji, so much for your wonderful presentation and a very detailed one. Participants, if anybody has any question, please raise your hand if you have any doubts.
I think they're too confused with so much information.
Hi, Shalini. Thanks for the session. I had specific question regarding licenses, certification, or any registration required for a bioenzyme business. Anything sector specific? Any regulator involved here?
I can answer only in terms of the statutory registrations for, say, something related to environment. You need to get some lab testing done and get some kind of registration for that, or to prove that it is totally natural product where chemicals are not involved at all. That kind of certifications, a CA won't be the right person to advise on that. You will need to interact with somebody who is working in this industry for some time, who has experience in that. I think Preeti can also help you with that, or she may know people who can help you with that.
Yeah,
But
sure.
other than that, the statutory registrations which are needed are those which I have explained to you. It won't be industry specific. It will be more specific to the type of entity you want to incorporate.
Yeah, got it. No issues. I'm sure like they would have lined up something on these lines. I'll wait for
Okay.
it. Thanks.
Yeah, sure. Thank you.
So, Shalini, I have a question.
Yeah, Preeti.
Now,
tell.
if we see the MSME, what you said, in 45 days, the customers must pay or clear your bill.
Yeah.
And if they don't clear, what do we do?
The only resort is, you have to put a case.
Oh,
And it will hold good because there is a rule.
uh-huh.
In fact, in case of private limited companies, there is a MSME specific form they have to file every year.
Oh.
And the auditor is obligated to check, like people who owe them money, the auditor has to check with each one of them. Where a private limited owes money to an MSME, to all the private limited owes money, each one entity, the auditor has to check if they are MSME registered, and they have to report on that. If they are MSME registered, they have to report on that. And in financial statement of a company, we are supposed to bifurcate the money that the company owes to creditors. We have to bifurcate the amounts, how much it owes to MSME registered people and how much it owes to non-MSME registered people. That bifurcation has
So
to
do
be
we
made.
have to MSME registration certificate? Do we need to give it to the customer that we are registered? Okay.
Yeah, you can share it when, especially private limited companies, where the audit is being done very thoroughly, they will ask you for it.
Okay. Thank you.
And it is at your advantage if you share it.
Thank you. Anuja,
Yes, I also had a question, Shalini. Thank you, Preeti.
Yeah.
Shalini, I wanted to ask, although I have read that NGOs can also sell the products that we make if it is related to our core cause, and
Yeah.
Bioenzymes is directly related to climate action, that is our core cause. So, and I have an NGO, Section 8 registered, so I can sell it directly on my website, or should I have some protocols?
No, you can sell it. Section 8 company is again basically a private limited only. It's a non-profit private limited. You can sell it, but you will have to go for a GST registration. When you are selling products, even an NGO basically is exempt from GST, but it is exempt only for purely non-profitable charitable activity. Where there is a sale of product, you will have to go for GST registration. And it's very tricky in terms of the GST department. The officer in the GST department has the authority to make a judgment whether some sale is purely non-profit in nature or not.
Oh.
Yeah, so it is better to go for GST registration, charge GST, and sell while you're selling the product.
Yeah, it's like fundraising because we also create awareness.
Yeah.
So, people sometimes they want to buy products. So then, okay, GST is the way. Okay. Thank you.
If it is in a very small scale still, not very large amounts, don't right away go for GST because it will become an added compliance for you, and charging GST to end user is not easy. It adds on quite a bit to the product cost.
That's true.
Yeah, so if you're doing it in a very small scale, you can still receive it as donations.
Yeah. Okay.
But if it is going to start growing big at that time, I would suggest you go for a GST registration.
Yeah, thank you. That helps. Thank you.
Okay, yeah, sure. Thank
we have another Shalini who wants
Yeah,
to
yeah.
have a question. Shalini.
Hi,
Yeah.
Shalini. It
Yeah,
was really
Shalini,
very
tell me.
insightful session. It give us very easy way to understand about the companies. So I
Okay,
have
thank
two
you.
questions regarding this. First one, if we'll start our company under proprietorship, so can we go for a trademark?
Yes. You can go for trademark irrespective of the type of organization you are. The trademark will be registered in your name in that case.
All right. Means so if we create a brand name, so can we use that brand name or it will be on our name only?
You can use it even if in the future you start a partnership firm, supposing you still can permit the partnership to use that name, that brand name.
Yeah, that was my another question. So
Since
if we
you
keep
are
that,
since you will be the owner of that trademark, you will have the right to allow that partnership to use that
Use the brand under
trademark,
this
yeah, brand name.
Even if we don't take any brand trademark for this particular brand, then also is there any possibility I can use that brand name under this private limited? Initially, I'll start with proprietorship, then later on under private limited.
Yeah, I mean, you can, even without trademark registration, you can use it so long as somebody else doesn't have trademark on that name.
All right.
That
Got it.
someone else has trademark on that name and they belong to same class of business as you. Under trademark registration, if you go and see, there will be, anyone can do a public search on trademark website. You will get it easily when you Google. There will be classes. There it will appear only as class numbers. Class 2, class 3, class 4. You will have to go and refer which
class is
which business. So under your class of business, if so long as no one else has that has the trademark for that particular name, you can use it as your brand name. But you will not have a right over it. If someone else starts using that brand name, you will not be able to object to it.
All right. Okay, thank you so much.
Yeah, sure.
Kavati, you can ask your question.
Ma'am, actually, I have a question related to home business and related trade license.
Yeah.
So when we are at very initial stage, even we are not selling any product, but we are trying to sell the product. So do we need to get any initial license, something like that, to just start the selling the product?
If you're just working out of your home itself, you don't need to really.
Okay. Suppose if we start selling to any few customers, maybe not even 10 also, do we need to
If
get
it's in
any?
a very small scale and you're functioning out of your home, you really will not need a shops and establishment registration. That is the first basic registration you need to set up a business. You don't need it until and unless you're having a business premises specifically for running your business. But there's a practical hitch to this. If you are wanting to open a current account in your business name, shops and establishment becomes kind of necessary, because to open a current account with the business name, the bank guys will need a government registration. So when you're a very small scale person and you're running it as a sole proprietary concern, you will not have any government registration. So you will not be able to open a current account in your business name. So to open a current account in your business name, one of the best things to go for is shops and establishment registration, because the compliance for it is very, very minimal. Even the registration is kind of simple and it's not expensive as well. It will cost you about 5,000 or 6,000 rupees, including the fees of the person who is registering it for you. It will be from 5,000 to 6,000 rupees. So that will be a very basic registration which you can go for opening a current account. Otherwise, if you still don't want to open a current account as such, because your number of customers are very few and it's customers who you know already to an extent, and they are ready to pay into your personal account like SB account, you will not need any kind of registration.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. Actually, is that the trade license and the shop and establishment license both are same, ma'am?
Yeah, it's kind of same. Some of them call, say in Bangalore, if you're in Bangalore, there is our municipality, this one is BBMP. So we will have to we can get one license from BBMP, a trade license from BBMP. So some of them refer to that also as a trade license, which you get from your local municipal corporation.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am, for your
Yeah,
time
sure.
and answering the question.
Neha ji, please.
Yes, thank you, ma'am, for a very good insight. I have one question regarding I have a private limited company, and as well I have an NGO which is asset type. So, is there any benefit if I sell my products through this NGO? Can I get some benefit legally or financially anyhow?
I mean, I won't be able to give this advice online.
Okay,
There
so
are many entities which route their incomes through NGOs to make it tax free,
okay.
solely with the intention to make it tax free. They route it through their NGOs, but I mean, I wouldn't suggest that.
No, my intention is I just wanted to help the needy women who wanted to do small business from home, but they don't have investment money. So through this NGO, I can help them to selling the products. So something like this, any idea can work for that or any benefit I can take?
This you can totally do it through the NGO itself, because this will qualify as a charitable thing, so long as you're not making profits out of it. Individually, you're not benefiting from it. You can do it through your NGO itself instead of bringing it into the into your private limited company. And private limited company, what is that private limited company's main business?
It is Bioenzyme based home care and personal care products we are manufacturing and trading, marketing. Yeah.
Okay, okay.
So
So
same product, if I just wanted to sell by this NGO, is there any way or any advice you give regarding that?
you can do it this particular thing, you can do it through the NGO itself. What you can do is maybe the private limited can bill the NGO for say marketing or something like that. But at initial stage, if you want to keep it simple, just do it through the NGO itself when it is still in a initial stage and it's the money involved is less.
Can I get your number or Preeti ma'am will give me so we can discuss little more?
Yeah, they'll share it.
Yeah, Preeti can share my number with you.
Okay, thank you so much.
Yes.
Madhvi Chavda.
Yes, ma'am. Namaste.
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 Ma'am, my question is like I'm working with like MSME and that jam. Jam I tried like basically. So, but I have a question like it is kind of a little bit like confusing. In startup, like for a startup, you that and I mean GST is not required.
Yeah.
So when we are going for like a Jam or some other online platform, then they ask for a GST first or GST initial. I mean, initially they want a GST. So in that we have to do.
Yeah, online platform won't work with you without a GST number, because as per GST rules itself, it is compulsory that anybody who sells online to have a GST number. Because what happens is, so long as you're selling your products within your state, then no GST is attracted. But if you make an interstate sale, you sell outside your state, GST becomes compulsory. So what happens is, you need to, in case of when you're selling online, there is no control of who is going to order. They can be placed anywhere in the world.
Okay.
So because of that, it has been made compulsory that no matter how small a business, if you are going to sell online, you will have to have GST registration.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah, sure.
Anuja, one more last question. So this,
Yes, I was asking, since there is, you can use it for washing food, fruits and veggies, and also like bioenzyme use. So do we need to have that FSSAI because it's food related stuff? Do we need to
No,
have that?
no. So long as it's not used for consumption, I don't think FSSAI is needed.
Okay.
Like we say supplements, vitamin supplements, nutritional supplements need FSSAI, though they are not food per se,
Mm-hmm.
but they need FSSAI because their people will be consuming it. So if people are going to directly consume your product, only then you need FSSAI registration.
Okay. Not for cleaning and washing.
So long as I have come across, you don't need FSSAI registration.
we'll have these type of queries answered, Anujas.
ठीक है.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I think the queries are done, right?
Yeah, Varsha, I
Hello.
think yes, we are done.
Okay, thank you so much, Shalini, for all the information you have shared. I think I personally liked what you said, that we should note down all our expenses every day so we don't forget what exactly where we spend it, is personal expense or not. So thank you so much for all this information.
Sure, sure. It was a pleasure giving a presentation on this topic. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. So should we move on to the next?
Yes,
success
please.
story? Yeah. Okay. So after this information and interactive session, let's move on to our next success story. I'd like to invite Ms. Neha Bhatt, who is the founder of Planet Biome and the founder of Sampurna Vasundhara Foundation. We're happy to see you here. Ma'am, are you here?
Yes. Thank you very much, especially BA, Priti ma'am, Nagesh ji, Satish ji, whole team. I'm making bioenzymes since 2021, after Corona. And that turns my life. And after that, when I came to know about the BA, I joined it and it's changed my mindset. Before that, I was thinking this is a divine liquid. It should not, as a spiritual person, I was thinking this is a very divine liquid. It should not go to the any commercial hands. So it is safe when holistic people are using it or it's used at every home. But when I joined BA, it's changed my all perspectives, all aspects I see why products are important, why business is important in this. As a housewife, before I was living, and then now I'm an entrepreneur, this all transformation due to this platform. Uh, Products are so attractive things, can change mind of any common people if they worried about the environment or not. It doesn't matter. They just, if the product is easy to use, market fit, they will buy. And if they are like fulfill their requirement, this way we can make bioenzyme very popular, because since many years we all have seen everybody is making bioenzyme, teaching to others, but how much result we got? How many homes we are getting the result like they are using? As ma'am said before, only 30% of people are using bioenzyme. Then also it will make much more difference. But still, since many years we didn't achieve it. So since few years, when the entrepreneurs came out and they started business, they started to making good products out of bioenzyme, they changed the mind of the normal people. If you are environment friendly, you are eco lover, then also using bioenzyme in every home use, it's not easy. I just observed when I visit to somebody who is lover of bioenzyme, but in their washroom, when you enter in their washing area, you will find L'Oreal or Surf Excel or all that brands, and it is very difficult to convince our family also.
Right.
Yeah. So these products making big difference. In my home, I have observed like all other family member also accept it when I give them products. So this big transformation, maybe Preeti ji can say, I think in our country, maybe I am the first women entrepreneur with the private limited company for bioenzyme products, isn't it?
Yeah, of course.
So it was like when I started, there was very big threat, like, there is so many compliances and all. But with the abundance mindset, we have started with all support from my all mentors. This beautiful platform has given me whole community of bioenzyme lover at one place. From Delhi to Chennai, everywhere, whole community is joining one hand, and we met at one platform to share our ideas, to achieve some challenges we are facing, because it is very new in this market, and which is आप एक फ्लो में नहीं, आप अपोजिट जा रहे हो. जो नॉर्मल ट्रेंड है 99 लोग, द पीपल आर वॉकिंग वन वे एंड यू आर द ओनली वन हु इज following the different path. So in that period, you are a big community who is coming together to spread this divine liquid to every home, not only in our country, but whole world, to show this magic of this. So thank you once again, gratitude to all my these mentors and this platform. I would like to show here, if you make me co-host, I can show some pictures like how big place we have in Ahmedabad, and our production house I can show here.
You're a co-host now.
Thank you. So I think everybody can see this, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
I would love to show the products which we have already put in the market. It is personal care or home care, very trusted brand. And even beyond 1:3:10 is the great remark to give us this opportunity to bring this all product in public. Even I'm able to spread this word to the young minds, university students. These all are my interns who are taking practical experience of how to make bioenzyme in bulk. Ma'am, can you mute the volume of my screen sharing? Hello?
Yeah. Yeah, it's all okay now. Can you anything else to
Yeah,
show
yeah.
now?
These pictures you can see where I'm teaching in the university.
No, we can't see. We can see only your products.
Oh, sorry. Let me start again. Now,
Yeah.
okay.
It's not moving, Neha. It's just showing the first picture. I think you will have to.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm taking a little bit time, but this is a great movement when I was awarded with the Preeti Ma'am for working with this work in western part of India. So as I started this business and I got so much support from all team, I would like to say I am also ready to serve everyone who wanted to take advantage of our this company now. And only one thing I wanted to show is remaining is
Shall we move ahead, Neha? It's done.
sorry, just a second. I'm done with the last. My volume is mute for the video.
No, we can hear you.
Sorry?
We can hear you.
No, I'm saying the video volume, if you mute, I can speak something, that's why. Okay. This is a production house, which is in Ahmedabad. So that's all from my side, and I'm very happy. I become a true child of Mother Earth, and giving me this opportunity, I thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Nehaji. So with this, we move on to our next session. So our first session was about legal compliance and company formation, and now I would like to invite our next speaker who will be speaking about product designing. And so her name is Suja Matthew Kulkarni, and she's a seasoned marketing and communication leader with over 25 years of experience driving brand transformation and business growth across diverse industries. So Sujaji has held key leadership roles at leading organizations, including Core Securance and AGS Transact Technologies, where she successfully led initiatives that strengthened market positioning, expanded customer reach, and drove sustainable growth. So today she'll be talking about product designing. Ms. Suja Matthew Kulkarni, are you here?
I just got a call. She had a medical emergency, so she had to rush and she couldn't join. But I have her presentation, which we had discussed, and I will like to present that on her behalf, of course. So this is what she's talking about, the product launch. So now I want to make a lot of things very clear. See, when we make bioenzyme is not a product. If you talk about, certificate for bioenzyme and, other kind of thing, then, or, which HSN group does it come, which GST, what GST you have to add, all that will not hold for bioenzyme. Bioenzyme is one of the ingredient to make eco-friendly product. So even if you make up, your floor cleaner or toilet cleaner, so you have to test your floor cleaner, not the bioenzyme. You will get the certificate for floor cleaner, not for bioenzyme. So please be clear about this, because there are a lot of confusion goes on in this. So when you pack this, maybe your flow cleaner is same as bioenzyme. If I put my enzyme into this bottle, this bottle. So this is just a and I put a label of flow cleaner, then it is flow cleaner. I cannot call it as bioenzyme. And lot of places, and the reason we need to do, I'll be addressing all those things also. We'll go through clearly. Why do we have to design a good product? Why this show is required? And please understand, we are not here. If we have to make it as a brand which is as good as any national level brand or international level brand, we need to have our product which are good in touch and feel good factor is must. People should see your product in your hand, and they should say, yes, this is the product, this is what is required. So it's like you make it like this, then people hold it and they say, yes, this is the product I want to buy. Even if I pay 50 paisa more or 1 rupee more, I would like to buy because your product is appealing. And then, as I was talking yesterday, these are not just the product, these are the solution today. When we are talking in the beginning also, when our guest was addressing it, so it was like, it is not, even if 30% of our population starts using it, we will not suffer with the dying river in every city. So we are talking about the solution. And even if, and believe me, since most of us are here women, you need to know that, whatever we cook at home, we will never say it is a bad food. It is always a good, because it is cooked by me. So, even if your food is good, even if your product is good, if you're not, and you think everybody will buy it, then we are wrong somewhere. Somewhere we are going wrong. We need to understand that what is that wrong, or, how we can improvise on the look and the feel good factor. It has definitely taken a lot of time for Bioenzyme to reach where it was 20 years back and today where it is. So why does always this good product fail? Why? Even if technically I'll say, okay, the Bioenzyme is the best and every home should use it, and the water pollution, air pollution, soil pollution, everything can be taken care. Everything is good in this. But why we are finding it so difficult to sell? We need to figure out that, and the failure happens because uh, we are not able to communicate properly to the customer. And now when we have this Bio E3 policy in place, I think we should take advantage of this Bio E3 policy and take it further. Why good products? So these are the few examples why good products fail. When Nano says it's a very affordable car, everybody can buy it, is cheap, but it was not a successful car because yeah, Indians, we are not buying anything cheap, but having a car in a middle class or lower middle class family, it is an aspiration. So when people want to achieve their aspiration, they want to have a good. So, we need to, all these punchline, what is the idea behind selling these products? So Colgate also tried entering into, frozen meal, frozen food. They couldn't sell it properly because customer, they rejected. Because Colgate is always done by the toothpaste. That is what the image we have. That is what the brand image they have built in the society. So similarly with the Google Glass, they came up, Google is totally different thing. And when they come up with the glass, which is a luxury gadget, they were having problem because they were not able to communicate that way. So, there's why all these things are happening. So we need to get down to the cause, to the evaluation. How are we evaluating our product? So, many first time entrepreneurs, that's what, you should take time to launch a product. It is not that we make something at home and just put it in the market, put it in the bottle and market it. It is definitely difficult. It is not that always you make it and it will sell. And especially the category what we are working in, we are working with bioenzymes. So it is not just, it's a very new concept and it's been so many decades, I mean, so many years, I will not say too many decades. Many years, we are still trying to figure out how do we spread an awareness about the bioenzyme, how do we make people understand what bioenzyme is, and after so many years, still people ask, okay, can I make it with Nimbu? Can I make it with jackfruit? Can I make it with this? So we need to come out above that, and that is why this Beyond 1310 is being held. So the customer only sees what's on the packet, what are you benefit, how do they understand the benefit the moment they pick up the product in their hand. So of course, if the product is not smelling good, people will not buy. So we need to look into that ingredient, and that is what we were talking yesterday, how we understand the ingredient, what we are putting in, and at the same time, we build a good product. So good product is definitely very important aspect. I mean, if you just put some product into market, it is like, uh, it's it is not just about the brand which is getting failed. It is also about the bioenzyme, which we have so much of conviction that it can solve a lot of problems, that is getting failed. So let us have the good way of putting the product, putting the brand into the place, and it's not that India doesn't have money. People have money and they will buy good product if the product is really good. So, what is a product design? How the product is made, and how do you experience? All these things has to be shared. Lovely stories. So, yesterday when Sumitra was sharing about her BE story, her brand, you should follow her. You should see the way she expresses in every post. So, why branding is important, why your brand has to be different. How do you build that trust? How do you want people to recall you? How are you positioning? Where are you positioning your product? You're positioning it as a healthcare product. It's a healthy product for your family, for your children, for your babies, and for your environment, or you're just selling, okay, this is a ecologically good product. It's all on how you design your product, how your brand can be. And believe me, India has such a big market. Everybody has customer. There is no competition here. We need to just spread bioenzymes so that every drop of water which drains out from home has bioenzyme into it. The product is what you make, but when you make a brand, then people will remember. Positioning is why it is they choose you. How you choose, how you position your brand, that what matter. So don't be in hurry to launch, but do your foundation, your base work properly, which can take it on a long run. So what is the, what are the aspect which goes into the product design? You have to ask few questions to yourself, keep a notebook, make a note of all of these. What problem are you solving? For whom are you solving? And what are why are you solving the designer for the user routine? So, for example, kitchen cleaning, floor cleaning, what are your customer, what are they, what do they do usually every day? Everybody has a different routine. So what are you focusing on? And keep it very simple. Keep very simple instruction, which is visible on the label and it's easy to understand. Yes, Neha, you have something?
Yeah, actually, we can't see the whole PPT.
Slide.
Your face is like on the middle.
Okay. I'll just switch off and again. Yeah. So I think I'll go with a different setting now where you can see now backdrop
No,
and
no. Actually, the right side corner where is the picture, if your face is that side, we can read the PPT. You are on the writing part.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, now it's visible.
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
Thank you.
Yeah. So it's just that. So this is you can see that, right? Different page.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, so there are different approach, how we get into the designing. The founder may create many multi-purpose bioenzyme liquid and try to sell it for floor cleaning, bathroom cleaning, fruit wash, composting. But, for the first time buyer, it is definitely very confusing. We can't give the same product for everything. Now, that is why the clarity is very important. I remember when I started this bioenzyme thing, no, we were giving a presentation in college and not college, sorry, it was a school. It was an exhibition, science exhibition, when we were talking about bioenzyme, and we said, okay, you can use, you can clean it, you can clean your toilet here, you can clean your hair also with this, you can clean your clothes also with this. So, one lady just said, what? You're asking me to put toilet cleaner on my head? This was the reaction. Now, that was the point when I was thinking, okay, no, the simplicity of the product is not easy to sell. You need to go down to the customer level if they understand, the complications of the different product, what is available in the market, we will complicate it and we will talk. We are not talking about bioenzyme here. We are talking about the products here. We are not, and when we sell, we are not talking about the bioenzyme. Nobody needs gyan. We are talking only about the product. So why your products are different? What is a good brand name that is easy to say? These are the few points what you need to think when you're branding your product, and easy to remember. You just say, okay, yeah, this is easy, and people will connect with what we are trying to do. The label should answer your 5 questions. What is it? What does it do? How do I use it? So these are the small pointers how your label should be designed. Is it safe? Why should I trust this? And the packaging should look clean and credible, not too many claims and not too many information. Nobody reads it. But yeah, so how we put things, bigger things in a smaller words or sentence, that is important. Use simple, but design should be consistent. Don't keep changing, and just one tone or one tone. I mean, when we say tone, we are talking about how you want to represent your product, whether it is loud or simple or worthy, and or the necessity. It's all depends on that. And keep that icon image very clear, your brand image. Build the trust using the proof point for daily home use or easy dilution, or simple thing like tested on grease surface or air quality. These kind of small things which can be clearly written on the label. What the common mistake we do it in designing the label. The first time entrepreneur places too much of text on the label and too many claims, natural, herbal, and non-toxic. We try to put as many as we can claims. So that is not okay. That's a mistake. This weakens the trust. So people don't trust if we claim too much. So keep it simple, keep it low, and keep only one which can strike their mind. Key takeaway: do not launch the most advanced product. Launch first the easiest product, which is easy to understand and use. People, if they start using your 1 or 2 daily using products, they will gain the trust. Then what is the branding? Branding is identity, the trust system, what you build around your product. Why people should trust your brand. Again, for entrepreneurs, branding is not expensive advertising. It begins with a good name, as simple as that. Very good name, a very clear label, and consistent look, which actually, people start trusting it. So don't clutter it. Decluttering is definitely helps. The simple branding formula: name very clear purpose, what is the main promise, and easy to use packaging. How easy we can make packaging for the customers. The product positioning. Now, product positioning is about the customer's mind, where you want to position, and what are the 3 questions you need to answer. Who is it for? Who are your customers? So, we will be going through some of the marketing strategies tomorrow. So, all these questions are easy to answer there. Who is it and what problem is it solving? Why it is better and why it is so different? Now, the key point to remember, it is not the slogan alone. It is a market choice. And use the primary target first. Then go for the conscious parents and pet owners or small restaurants. We have ample group to handle. And number of enzyme products are less in our country. So we need to make as many as, options available to the client. avoid trying to target everyone on day one. Just pick up your target customer if it is young mothers or, the old or the pet parents. So focus on your target customer when you launch it. Decide whether the product competes on safety, eco-friendliness, effectiveness, convenience. See, bioenzymes can be uh, it can go with any of all of these, but we have to decide what my brand wants to do and focus on that thing first. Positioning, the brand name, this is just an example. There's no company called Enzyra. This is just a example if we have to, launch. So tagline is, it cleans deeply, it is naturally smart. And who is it? It is only for, we are focusing on urban household, young families or pet owners. What are the categories? The affordable science-led eco-cleaning brand positioned between premium niche, eco labels, conventional and chemical cleaners. What are the, so how we are putting our words across to the customer, that is very important. How are you, when you meet somebody, why that person should trust you. So you have to, when we go, people, when they go for seeking the job also, why company will hire you? We sell ourselves, right? We talk, okay, I can do this, I can do this. These are all my plus point and I can handle this. So like that, we need to position our brand as well, how we do. So performance first, the safe enough for everyday life, smarter sustainability, science is made simple in terms of, how are we handling the cleaning part. What is branding? Now for the target customer, what are the product category? Whom are you, doing it for urban families? How do you make the template? How will you make prepare your thing for product? And before launching, there are a lot of checklist pre-launching. Finalize the hero products, one or two core customer segment. Don't get into everyone, every home, and check product stability, how labels, the clear and simple label, decide on MRP, 5 basic selling materials like product photo, label, WhatsApp pitch, short brochure, poster, FAQ sheets, all these small things, the 5 basic thing, what you need to keep it ready before you launch. All these things, don't worry, you will get a book which everything will be mentioned there. And be ready for any kind of objectionable questions which you need to answer. Sometime it is uncomfortable, but if you persist on your own conviction, then it works. And consistent is the only way. So, when you launch the product, only when you're ready to explain it to the customer, what your products are. Before that, don't even think about it. So, this is a completely different ball game. Just making product is not that. So, how do you make collaterals, or how do you make your, all these logo? What do you do with your Insta and your social thing, your packaging, how you want to keep it, front label, back label, what it should have, because in this case, awareness and product, everything goes together, simultaneously. And how your website, how you're going to launch it, why choose these kind of products, what does it give, the ads. See, the entrepreneur journey, it is a very interesting journey. You need to have the creative minds working, because this is your brand and it is just on you how you want to position it in the market. You need to know the management, you need to know the finance, you need to know your product formulations, how your products are made, because yeah, so being entrepreneur, there are a lot of challenges comes like this, and we are trying to bring all that together in this session. So this is what it is. Start small, stay clear, test early, and improve fast. Keep improving. The simple products with clear value and trust will travel further than complicated product with confusing communication. So, this kind of what we have, the community here, this helps you to bring that clarity, that clarity on your product and making, and how your business should go. All that clarity you will definitely get it here. So this is what we are here with, and any questions about it, I'm ready to answer. And you know what happened? I'll tell you a very good, another thing which I want to share it. It just happened second time, and it is happening second time in Maharashtra. I want to share this. Uh, uh, okay, sorry. I want to share one more picture. Uh, okay, I don't know, it is not going. Uh, what has happened is in Pune, this 2 years back, this has happened, and again this year has happened. Uh, People have made bioenzyme, and we know it restores lake restoration, all that happens. But they've just heard it and they went and poured it. Now, when they poured it without any proper, your background or doing their fundamental basic testing, or their homework, I can say, they have just put that in the lake, and the lake has reacted. Because for everything you cannot put all the enzymes. If you're uh, in a water, if the content of iron content is more, if iron is a pollutant, you can't put iron enzyme, the enzyme which has iron, more of iron in that. You cannot put that. That will definitely, your lake will react and it will give as a pollutant. And this thing went to the extent of, NGT, where NGT declared bioenzyme is a pollutant. Bioenzyme is not a pollutant, but mindless use of bioenzyme can be a pollutant. So we need to understand first the problem. What is the problem with the lake? What is the quality of the lake water? And then understand your quality of, what enzyme you have. We need to understand the quality of enzyme. We had done a session on this where certain parameters we need to check to put it on certain lake. We cannot put it like that. And this happens only when we don't understand enzymes properly. And that is why yesterday's session was very important, where we were totally dissecting the enzyme, how they make, what are the types of enzyme, and why, the quality of each enzyme is different. You can't have Dolo or paracetamol for all the small issues you have, right? It will not cure. So please understand and don't commit. A lot of people have been asking me for the STP also. How does it work and what is that enzyme you put? We just cannot sit here and tell you, okay, put this 10 ml of citrus enzyme and it will work. No. Unless we understand the quality of your STP, we cannot tell you what enzyme at what dilution you have to use. So understanding, doing the homework is very important rather than getting the bad name at the later stage. Right. Now, any question you have, anyone has got, let us do quickly because next speaker is also waiting. Yes, Pragati?
Yeah, for the homework that you mentioned, can you suggest certain reliable resources? Because like I said, I'm a beginner. I just need your suggestions on reliable resources where I can do my homework. Probably in the due course, you can just suggest a few things for us to read up.
You're already there in the reliable group.
Yeah.
And these are, see, whatever we are teaching in 9 hours of course, this will be given to you as a book. And when you read this book, and we are not going to upload this recorded video instantly also, because we want everybody to go through the book manually, read, understand it, and then after a month, after 45 days, we will upload the video where you can go and do the revision again with
Yeah,
whatever
that's
you're
fair.
learning, right?
That's
Yeah.
fair. That's
Yeah.
fair. But
So
in
you
terms
will
of
get the book.
resources on product formulation, about more on bioenzymes, what is like, you're definitely reliable. That's why I signed up for it. But if you can suggest more resources where we can look up to.
See, everybody has their own formulation. And tomorrow, when you come up with your product, it may not be the same what is being taught here. So, and that is the reason we are talking about the ingredients, the different ingredients you can use, you know. It is something like when you make a dal, different home has a different flavor, right? So, there is and we want that variety of products to be there on the shelf in the market, because every product can't be same, it has to be different. And that is where we are talking about each ingredient, the science of enzyme. And there is nothing wrong in this, because these are natural products. Okay, so there is no uh, it's not that it will go bad or it will affect you bad, you know. It's basically learning and it goes on. Anyone else? No, I think we are done with this product thing. Varsha, we can continue quickly because we don't have much time now. She is already waiting next.
Sure. So for this presentation, I would just say just the bottom line is we should make a simple product with clean value and trust, right?
Yes, yes. Mhm.
So with this, let's move on to our next success story from Miss Ekta Gupta, who is from Parijai, based in Chandigarh. And let's welcome her here, Miss Ekta Gupta.
Namaste.
Namaste. Hmm.
Ekta?
Something went
Okay.
wrong.
No, I think let's move on. I
Connect.
think she must be over the phone or something. We can call her again. So let's move on.
Okay, for the financial planning, right?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. So let's invite our next speaker, Dr. Triveni, who will be discussing about financial planning and strategies. Dr. Triveni, are you here?
Yeah, she's here.
Okay, please
I can
welcome.
hear.
The floor is yours.
Dr. Triveni is not new to us. She has already taken many sessions for us.
Okay.
And
So no
I'm glad
introduction
she
required for her.
accepted. uh, you're mute, Dr. Triveni.
No, I'm not on mute.
Okay, yeah, we can hear you now.
Yeah. How are you?
Good.
Yeah, good evening to all of you. I was just hearing all your session. It was really good. I would like to start with the session if okay.
Yes, please go ahead.
Yes,
Okay.
please.
So namaste to all of you. Good evening. And I see a lot of you participating and trying to understand how we develop a product. And Preeti ma'am gave a very good overview about it, of course. And Neha madam, I was also listening to your product, seeing your product, really good. All the best to you. Okay. The
Thank you.
important thing, and thank you, ma'am. The important thing that I would like to know about is whenever we are planning to start a business or we are planning to bring out a product or we are planning to start some service, have we ever thought about how do I price my product or how do I quote the price for my service? Can I want it to be more interactive, so I want all of you to participate, unmute and speak to me. So have you ever thought, how are you going to price? And do you think about it, or do you just start giving a price and start going with this? May I know? Can I get some inputs from each one of you?
Yeah, ma'am, we just look at the cost of the ingredients we procure. Then we add up the efforts, or like we keep some margin, and then we come up with the price. That's what I think so.
Okay. And do you also make any market research, or do you see how your competitors are pricing the product?
Yeah, definitely. We also need to look at the like where we are going to position our product. Is it like premium or like budget or like mid range? So
Exactly.
those also has to be considered, I guess.
Yes, yes. Thank you, Mr. Santosh. I think you made my work little easier. Yeah, Madam Neha, you wanted to say something.
Yeah, we do market research and what cause you are giving product to the market. So I just believe in affordable, not cheaper, not very higher price, but the affordable.
Okay,
So
that's
I
nice.
just check my like ingredient and all expenses, then marginal cost and everything. So almost as per my knowledge, it should be 3 times more price to your material
Cost.
costing.
Okay. Is there any time that you feel, okay, if I price so much, will people buy my product? Do you get this doubt many a time?
Yeah, especially in home care
Yes,
products.
yes.
Yeah. Not only your product, but any product, when I'm pricing, I'll have to think, will this price work out or not? Will this be accepted by my customers or not? Okay.
Sometimes, like it's happened, price is not matter. How you are presenting is more
Exactly.
matter.
Yeah. Okay, what I would like to do and how I would like to go ahead with my session is I would like to put across a case, or we will analyze one situation. We'll see that business plan and we'll see how they are pricing, and we'll try to understand why pricing is important. Can I do that? Can we all look into this case? I want you to participate and share your views as and how I go with the case. I think I can share my screen. Okay, yes, I can. Okay, this is it. I would like to start sharing my screen with a caselet. Okay, can you see my case, my sheet here? Can you see
Yes,
a
ma'am.
case?
Yes,
Yes,
Yes.
yes, yes.
Okay, let's go with this case. I want you to pay attention to the case so that, yeah, I'll read the case. You will be able to understand. Let's go with this. Cocoa Roots is a company which I am referring to. In 2023, two friends from Mysore started a small artisanal chocolate brand called Cocoa Roots. The founders believed Indian consumers love premium experiences, gifting culture was growing, handmade products had emotional value. They rented a small kitchen, hired four women employees, and began selling. What did they sell? They made handmade dark chocolates, millet chocolates, festival gift hampers, and corporate gifting boxes. And what is very important is their Instagram page quickly gained traction because they started promoting all their products on the Instagram, which all of us are nowadays looking into, and we get to know about a lot of products on the Instagram pages only. So orders, once they started getting into the Instagram, their orders started flowing, not just from Mysore, from Bangalore, from Hyderabad, Chennai, and lot of corporate HR departments started coming back to them asking for some chocolates for some occasions, some events, and so on. So everyone called the business, and they saw that the business was quite promising. So, but what really happened inside the company? There was a silent crisis which was to be unfolded. Okay, so we saw that business was really doing great and there was a lot of promise which was there amongst themselves. It was a promising business because they got orders from various places. But actual thing is, there was a crisis which the founder had to unfold. We look at this scenario, okay? So the founder's belief, the founder here is Arjun, and he had one strong philosophy. Indian customers only buy if prices are low. So he had this in his mind that Indian customers will buy only if the prices are low. So he aggressively priced products below competitors. I just asked this question, how many of you look at your competitor's price? Okay, so what Arjun did is he looked at his competitor's price and he consciously priced his product below the customer's price, the competitor's price. So look at this, the initial pricing that he had quoted, dark chocolate bars, the cost to production was rupees 68 and his selling price was rupees 99. Again, watch out the pricing. Okay, it is rupees 99, the psychology. Okay, then premium gift box, rupees 540 and his selling price was rupees 699. Festive hampers, or we call this festival hampers or gift hampers, rupees 1420 was his cost to production and his selling price was rupees 1799. At first, the sales increased rapidly. Customers started saying, oh, affordable luxury, premium quality at reasonable price, much cheaper than imported brands. They were all happy with the product. And the founders celebrated. And revenue crossed rupees 28 lakhs in 8 months. But what happened after that? But profits remained shockingly low. See, what I'm using, the word here is revenue crossed rupees 28 lakhs. I'm not saying profits were high. So revenue is different and profit is different. So revenue crossed rupees 28 lakhs, but their profits remained shockingly low. Their profits were very low. The hidden reality here, what really happened was, as the business scaled, problems emerged. Okay, there was rising cost, so cocoa prices increased globally. Packaging cost rose around 22%. Delivery charges also increased. Return orders increased during summer melting because in the summer the chocolates start melting, and when melting increased, they got a lot of return orders. Influencer marketing became expensive for them. Okay, can you see the scenario? Before I proceed further, may I get some opinion from many of you who are doing business here? I'll start sharing the screen again. Yeah. Can I get your opinion? What do you think was the issue with this business? Do you think Arjun was correct in his pricing? Do you think Arjun was right in his thought process? And his pricing was okay with the market? Can I get some answers?
Margin was not correct. Like
Margin was not correct, okay. But he believed, okay, our Indian people will not go for high prices, they want low prices. And he said they will be connected with the roots, so people will definitely buy our products. People bought his products, but the profits were low.
because of the margin.
Because of
He
the
mean,
margin.
yeah, other expenses are there, admin cost and all, marketing cost, everything he has to count. Only material cost is.
Exactly. Okay. Any other thoughts? Anybody?
He didn't consider inflation.
Inflation is one important point which all business people will have to take into consideration. So that was not considered. Okay.
One more thing, he like whatever his product, he has to think like what will be the wastage, like the return orders in because of the summer. So that thing also they have to consider in a profit margin.
Yeah, he should have considered, he should have thought about the unforeseen. We will not know what will happen sometimes. We all think, okay, all my products will be good, but there may be scenario when the product may not be rightly priced, or maybe it is not accepted the way we think. Okay, he had this issue. Okay, any other thing? Okay, let's go to the case. Let's see what happens, what is the next move that Arjun starts going into. Yeah. So there was rising cost. We saw cocoa prices increased. Madhavi ma'am, you wanted to say something? Madhavi ma'am? She's raised her hand, I think.
Okay, I just want to say he has done a mistake. Like he has done the production first and then the
Okay.
marketing, right?
Okay.
So that
It's
is
a good point.
also the mistake. Yes. So
Yeah,
we
that's a
should
good
not have
point.
to make the production first. We have to make a curiosity in the customer, in the public. That is the point. Is also should be included. I mean, nowadays IKEA also booming brand in our India, right? So price is not matter for the Indian people. If is there a proper quality or proper marketing, proper curiosity in the public, then it should be a booming product.
That's nice. That's a good thought,
Thank you.
ma'am. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
let's look at the case because I want to highlight more on how pricing should be done. The bigger problem that Arjun really had was retail stores began demanding 35% margins. Okay. And credit periods, he never thought how many days of credit periods he can give. And shelf placement fees was very high, which he had to bear. I'm sure you're able to connect with the word what is the credit period and what is the shelf placement fees. Okay, I believe you all understand this. I'm just going ahead. And there is one more issue which he had. Everything goes in the online market today. So online marketplaces also demanded some things from him. So they wanted him to participate. If he felt that if he had to participate in the online market, he had to offer a lot of discount. And so discount participation was a must for him. And he also had to go in for free delivery contribution. He had to look at ad spending. So when he's going on online, he had to obviously do some advertisements. So the business now was really trapped. So what happened to him is his business was seriously trapped. And there was an emotional breakdown which occurred. So one night, Arjun told his co founders, "We are working harder every month, but somehow becoming poorer." The business had strong demand, good reviews, brand visibility, growing customers, yet cash flow was collapsing. I'm sure many of you would be going through this kind of scenario. See, we can see that Arjun's product, the chocolate that he was making, really had very strong demand. And the reviews for his products were very good. His brand visibility was also high. And he had a lot of customers getting added on. But his cash flow was collapsing. The cash that is the main lifeblood for a business was collapsing. So he had to rework on this. He had to think over as to what was the major problem that he was going through. Now let's look at what is the turnaround that came in for Arjun. So there was an investors meeting, and Arjun went to this investor meeting looking out for some investors who would help him out. Okay, so he went to the investor meeting, and one of an angel investor reviewed the business, and after hearing the founders, he whatever founder had to talk about, founder was very proud of his product. He said, "My brand visibility is good, I have very good demand for my product." He explained everything and he said, "My product is an affordable premium product." And the angel investor started asking, she just asked one question: "If your product is truly premium, why are you afraid to price it like one?" She said, "Your pricing is not telling me that your product is premium. You're just saying your product is a premium product, but how do I get to know your product is premium?" See, Apple phones, when you want to go and buy, it is priced at a premium pricing, and you don't mind paying that price. Why? Because you are ready to accept that product at that price. Apple now comes back and says, I am manufacturing it in India, and because of it, I'm going to price it at a lower price. It is available at a very low price. Will you think about going back and buying that product? If an Apple phone is sold for 25 or 30,000, will you think about it? Its value, brand value automatically drops. Don't you agree? Don't you agree?
Yes.
Yes. So this is where pricing plays a very important psychological impact, not only on the customers, also on the manufacturers. So they have to look at this. So when the angel investor asked this question, there was silence filled in the room. Arjun could not answer anything. He did not say, or he could not justify why was he pricing at a lower price. And he then realized, that was a realization which came to him. The investor started explaining to him. Customers were not buying only chocolates. They were buying identity. They were buying gifting confidence. And they were looking at social image. They wanted, see, you want Apple only because of the social image. You want the Apple phone in your hand. Many people will say, I want to have an Apple phone. And nowadays it's available in everybody's hand. Okay. And also there is an emotional connection which they want to look at. And handmade authenticity. They were looking at the handmade authenticity. They were saying, okay, your chocolates are made by hand and that's something unique. I'm looking out for that. So this kind of things is something that many of the company don't look out for. We don't look at all these things. Do you agree? The company, they misunderstand, or they don't estimate their own values. They underestimate their own self. They're underestimating their own values because they feel some of the customers may not come back to me if I'm pricing very high. So this is something that you have to be very clear about when you're pricing your product. And as an experiment, look at what happened in the business. So reluctantly, the founders tested a new strategy. So what they did, they said, let me test a new strategy. And their pricing was shifted. They changed their pricing. Old premium box was priced at rupees 699. Now they started pricing it as a luxury gifting collection at rupees 1,299. And you know what happened? There was changes included when they started pricing at this. They said, what they did? They brought out better storytelling. They brought in a premium packaging and they personalized notes. Whenever you're buying something on Amazon, they'll say if it is a birthday, you can have a personalized message for the gift that you are sending around. Or you're ordering a cake online, you may go for Theobrom or any other products like Glen Bakery or something like that. They'll say we personalize your message on that. And one more thing they said, there is limited batch positioning. They said this is a limited edition, so you just go in for this. And all this thing was there. And then they said founder signature card. There was a signature card which they were providing for their customers. And look what happened after that. So what really happened shocked everyone. Sales volume dropped by 18%, but profits increased by 240%. Can you see the change? The profits, which was falling down, increased drastically by 240%, which is really, great. Even more surprising is their corporate orders increased. Customers posted more unboxing videos. Influencers called it luxury Indian craftsmanship. Repeat customers improved. So the ethical dilemma which was there, now we look at that. 6 months later, the founders faced criticism online. Some old customers commented, what happened? This is what we have to look at. Some old customers commented, you have become too expensive. Others said this brand has become elitist. Now the founders faced a difficult question. This was the core dilemma. Is pricing only about profitability, or is it pricing also about accessibility, inclusion, brand identity, customer psychology, ethics? I want some responses from you, dear friends. Please tell me. Yeah. Can I get some response from you? I will leave these questions here open for you.
Yeah, pricing is a collective identity, I guess. It does
It's a
not
collective
only,
identity. Huh?
yeah.
Okay. Collective identity of what? All this?
Yes, yes.
Then when I say inclusion, how do you handle inclusion, sir? When I say inclusion, how do you look at inclusion? And when I say brand identity, are you looking only at brand identity? I hope you're all in sync with what I'm discussing. Yeah. Yes, Madhvi ma'am.
I think so. The pricing profitability is totally upon the customer psychology, right? And the
Yes.
accessibility of the product, because product is there, but in market we have seen, like, I mean, we have show like we don't have that much production, so scarcity are there in the market. I mean, visionary way, in a visionary way, in a market. So we make this scarcity of the product. So the customer psychology is totally switch that product. I mean, and the storytelling. Yes, the storytelling change the customer psychology, like
Exactly.
whatever we are yes, first of all, I mean, in first scenario they are just showing their packet or something like that, and in storytelling we are showing the production, the how they faces challenges, and how they get a success, how they, I mean, in success story, what are the barriers are there, and nowadays where they are actually stand for the product.
Yeah.
So these all are the situation, I think so.
Sure. Yeah.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you. I think thank you for your insights. See, as I think Mr. Nitin was giving me an answer as well. The core dilemma is pricing only about profitability, or is pricing also about accessibility, inclusion, brand identity? He said collectively all. I also agree with him. We have to look at all these things. It's a part of our pricing. When I'm doing pricing, I'm not just pricing the product only because I want to get profit. I want to get customers, or my product should be accessible by all of them, and it should be inclusive. Inclusion here, when I say, I'm not looking at a niche class only. I don't want to look at a set of customers who are at a top level. I want to look at, if you have heard about CK Prahalad, he talks about bottom of the pyramid. What is the bottom of the pyramid? I'll just give you one example. You know, shampoo initially, during my childhood, at least during my young ages, it would be a luxury. Not all of them were looking out for shampoo. Slowly, gradually, the shampoo started coming in small sachet of rupees 2 or 5, and everybody started buying shampoo after that. So CK Prahalad gave us this concept. Don't look at only the niche customers who are at the top of the pyramid. Look at the customers who are at the bottom of the pyramid. When you have customers at the bottom of the pyramid, your customer base is increasing. That means I'm including all of them in my customer base. There is a big inclusion strategy that he's talking about. So we have to look at this kind of inclusion. When I'm pricing, I also will have to look how I can increase my customer base. Inclusion is something that I have to look at. Brand identity. So if it's a shampoo with that brand name coming at a price which I can afford, I am also getting, I'm also able to get access to that brand, and the identity of the brand is also scaling up. And we are playing very much with the customer psychology. So you are saying, customer, you don't have to pay so much. You are just getting it at 5 rupees. You have seen various advertisements. Kellogg's, they say, Kellogg's at 10 rupees only. What is that? Big packet is so much. So they're giving you at a lower price. This is something that you have to be aware. Ethics, again, you all know what ethics is. So all this we are doing is ethical. We are doing this only because I'm expanding my business. I'm not looking only at profit, but I'm doing it in a right way. Let's go a little ahead. What is the final twist in the case? I'll just look at the final twist. I'm sure you will be able to understand this better. Many of you would be doing this. 1 year later, a multinational confectionery company approached Cocoa Roots for acquisition. See, somebody who was silently watching from far felt, oh, this business is really growing and it will grow furthermore. I have to buy this business. So they came in for acquisition. What is the reason? The reason for acquisition is not the product, not the revenue, not even the customer base, but what they wanted was a premium Indian artisanal positioning. Arjun's company focused on a premium Indian handmade chocolates. So they were looking at something unique like this. That was his USP. So they were looking at positioning in a unique way. And that is what they were looking out for. They were not looking out for the product. They were not looking out for the revenue. They were not looking at the customer base because they knew customers had dropped. But they were looking at the kind of the product that they are looking at. The same positioning the founders were initially afraid to claim. Initially, the founders were very scared. Oh, whether my people are going to look at this or not was the thing Arjun had in his mind, whether my people will go in for a higher priced product or not. Now, I have a set of questions. Just look at this. Do you think Cocoa Root underpriced or misunderstood its own value? Do you think so? Any answers?
Yeah, they've underestimated their own plus points.
So they have underestimated their own plus points. Okay. And when I talk about MSMEs, many of them fear premium pricing. Why do they fear? Can you tell me? That's my second question. Is it the fear of business or loss of customers? Yes, Madhavi ma'am.
Yeah, I
ma'am.
think the loss of the customer base, because as mentioned, the target is the bottom of the pyramid. If we want to think like that, then obviously pricing plays a huge role.
Okay. Yeah. Somebody else, Madhavi ma'am, you want to add something? So when you see Arjun's product, the low pricing, do you think low pricing damaged the brand perception? People's perception about the brand? Was it affected?
Yes.
Keep thinking, okay? Keep thinking. Is affordable premium sustainable? Do you think people will keep going on with this premium product? Is it sustainable? I want you to think about it. Yes, ma'am, Madhvi ma'am. Madhvi ma'am, can you hear me? Okay. So there are
Hello?
some
Yes.
yes. Yeah.
I have a very good example for this scenario, like Biscoff biscuit.
Okay.
So, right. So,
Hmm.
Biscoff in out of the country, the biscuits ingredient is totally different,
Yes.
and in our India, its ingredient is totally different. So, scenario is here also, like we can do in a way,
Yeah, true, true. Yes.
right?
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. There are a few financial questions also, which I want you to understand and help me out. Why can revenue growth still lead to cash flow collapse? You saw that there was a revenue growth, but still there was a cash flow which was falling down. I want you to think on this. Of course, this is a little finance based. You should be able to understand this when you're doing your work, when you're doing your business. Yes, ma'am. Neha, ma'am.
Maybe the customer asking for the credit period.
Yes.
That is one of the
That
reason.
is one of the reason. Yes. Very
And
true.
profit margin is less. So that is also.
And also, I think Madhvi ma'am only said,
Ma'am, I think can I add one more point? Most of the investment was done for the purchases. Yes.
Inventory. I just wanted
Yes.
to come to that. Inventory stocking was also high.
Yes.
So
And profitability was less.
yes,
That's why.
correct. And now my next question. How do platform commissions distort MSME profitability? I'm sure many of you are you're all there on various platforms. Do you think platform commissions are distorting your profitability? Or is it giving you better visibility? I want you to think and give me your answers.
We'll probably have to make a budget for everything.
Yeah.
It's required, but how much is appropriate for my case, we'll have to budget in.
It varies from kind of business that you're doing or service that you're doing. In fact, this session had a lot of topics, but then myself and Madam Preeti, ma'am, we discussed and we thought we will talk about product pricing today and also tell you about some of the schemes which is available for you out there in the market. And quick question, should MSMEs prioritize margin or market share? You have to decide whether you have to prioritize your margin over the market share, or you want to see I have to get good margins, or do you have to look at I have to get a better market share? You can think over. Okay, quickly, I'll just go through the next 2-3 sets of question. One is psychological question. Why do customers sometimes trust expensive products more? You know a product is expensive, but still they want to go for that. Why? Is
Due
it
to the brand name?
brand name and also quality?
Yeah.
Perceived value.
Perceived value, yes. Quality, yes.
They think the manufacturer has invested more. They
Yes,
have used more quality products.
yes,
And if the product cost is less, then they have used low quality products.
yes, Madam Priyanka. Priyanka, ma'am, you wanted to say something?
Think that the customer had a psychology that if the prices are high, the product is of good quality, and it's a kind of social symbol also that I am using such a good brand with high price.
Correct. That's true. Next question, is pricing emotional more than rational? Do you think then pricing is emotional or is it rational?
Both.
Both.
It's both.
See, I have a product which I don't want to price high. But if I'm pricing it low, you yourself said you will think it is not of very good quality.
If the people who are manufacturers, they know everything, what is the cost, okay, but for a normal person,
Yes,
तो उनको लगता है अगर आप किसी में सैफरॉन डालेंगे तो समझ जाएंगे कि सैफरॉन की कॉस्ट ज्यादा है. If the people
correct,
know the cost of the ingredients, then they will rate it high कि ओके क्या प्राइस होगा और उसके अकॉर्डिंग क्या प्राइस होना चाहिए.
correct.
That is the thing. I will just explain through an example.
I just wanted to tell you, have you all seen when Ratan Tata came with the product Nano Car? Can you see? Can you connect with that here? Can you connect the pricing part? What was his idea? He wanted everybody to have a car. All of them who can't afford to have a car. But why
सोशल
did it
स्टेटस
fail?
में लोग ये शो नहीं करना चाहते थे कि हम हमारा सोशल स्टेटस
Hi,
कम है,
Swati
हम
ma'am.
नैनो ले रहे हैं.
Yeah. Nice to have you here, ma'am, Swati ma'am.
I'm listening.
Yeah, definitely. Social status, sigma, that
Yes,
stigma is too bad.
yes.
People didn't wanted to have nano car. Do you think nano was really bad? Nano was not bad, but they didn't wanted that in the market. Don't you feel that because of the pricing? Having looked into all these things, emotionally, people rationally, though it was affordable, but they didn't wanted to work on the rational pricing. They wanted to get into the emotional part, right? Ethical question for you now. This I'm sure you should be able to give a better insight. Should businesses make products accessible to all? Should they make products accessible to all?
मुझे लगता है डिपेंड करता है, मतलब वो तो प्रोडक्ट पे भी डिपेंड करता है ना
हाँ
कि
जी.
हम किसकी मार्केट, मतलब हमारा नीश मार्केट क्या है. जैसे अब
Okay.
हमारे तो क्लीनर्स है, तो हमारी तो मार्केट सभी है. लेकिन अब राडो है तो राडो की मार्केट वो वाला कस्टमर है.
That is for a different class.
हाँ
Okay.
हाँ
But Rado, I also want to buy Rado, but
हाँ.
maybe somebody else also want to. Now, Apple is targeted everybody, right? Can you see that?
Yes.
This is an ethical question which should be running in your mind. Is premium pricing socially unfair? So, madam gave
So,
example of
Socially
Rado.
I'll give
unfair.
an
हाँ.
example. I'll give a small journey. This is some 10, 12 years back. So,
Yeah.
we were talking about, and most of us we do here, we teach how to make bioenzyme to schools and to masses, colleges, self-help group and all that. So, those days there were very few people who knew about bioenzyme, and I was selling my bottles of enzyme those days, and they asked me why your products are expensive. Bioenzyme is so easy to be made, no? Anybody can make. So why are you selling it so costly? I said, see, I'm teaching you to make. So if you make it, it is cheaper. But if you want Preeti to make, definitely it will be expensive. So I
Okay.
feel it is like how we value our own self, our own efforts also, and how confident we are about the kind of product we are selling. So that also
Exactly.
matters, I feel,
Ma'am, you gave a lot
Yes,
of
ma'am, it
points
is
that
the
I wanted
value
to
of our
talk about.
time also, value of our time and efforts both.
Correct.
And
Yeah.
research also, because lot of investment has been done on the learning part also. Time
Exactly.
की research की तो वो कहाँ से आएगा?
Yes. And one final question. Can a company balance profitability and inclusivity? They have to balance both. Can they balance?
They can create segments, maybe.
Yes, I agree with you. There should be different categorization. That's why we have multiple car segments coming up within a brand, right? Even when we see products, any phone you see within a product phone brand, there are multiple segments. So there are segments coming up. Okay, I'm sure all of you are now getting into the concept. We'll quickly run through. Key learning, what we have learned now is we are talking about value-based pricing, premium positioning, psychological pricing, MSME margin pressure, brand perception, consumer behavior. We looked into that. Unit economics. So we have to look at how my pricing has to be done. Somebody said, I have also learned there is a knowledge which is being transferred. So unit economics comes in there. And what is the contribution margin? And ethics of pricing, luxury versus accessibility. Just one quick sentence for you. The founders believed low prices would help them survive, but eventually they discovered that underpricing was the very thing that killed the business. That was killing their business. So when they started underpricing, that's when they understood that their business was getting killed. I'm sure this is an eye opener to many of you. I'm sure you have all done a lot of exercise on this. With this case, I would like to quickly run through some points that I wanted to share with you about why pricing matters. I'll just go to the slides and go with this quickly. Always, whatever product you are working on, please price it right. That is the first thing that you have to do. And I have seen the case which is very clear, which says stop undercharging and start profiting. You have to also work towards profit. So smart pricing strategies is something that I want to tell you here. That's something that we'll quickly go through. So the silent business killer that we have already looked into is most businesses don't fail because of low sales. They fail because they price wrongly. Do you all agree? Because of your pricing itself, you fail. So poor pricing leads to the survival trap where revenue is high, but profits are non-existent. So you don't even look into what is the margin your business exactly wants. You cannot scale or sustain the shocks which is happening around. So I have a collective number, 82% failures are because of the cash flow issues. Many of the businesses fail because of the cash flow issues. I'm sure you're all in agreement with this. So if you're not balancing this, that is a bigger challenge. And to balance this, you have to know how you price your product. So strategic value of pricing. So pricing is so important because it will help you to understand the profitability. So when I say profitability, it is the single fastest lever to increase the return on investment. Your return on investment, if it has to increase, you should also look at the profitability that you're going to make out of your business. And one more thing is, the next value of pricing is, the strategic value of pricing is, you're doing a brand positioning. Price tells the customers who you are. Like just now Kiran or Madam Pragati was saying, I feel if the price is high, they're using good quality. I think Madam Kiran was talking about it. So if they're pricing very high, that means they are giving me something of good quality, right? So that's something, brand positioning is what you're doing there. And cash flow, high margins provide an operational safety net. When there is a high margin, you're getting a operational safety net. Like Madam was saying, Swati ma'am and also Neha ma'am, they're not looking at their operational cost. All this is something that you have to see. So when you are having a higher margin, your operational activity is having a safety net around it. So you don't have to bother much. And perception, this is something. Low price often signals low quality. So if you are giving a low pricing, then you are signaling low quality. This is something that you have to know. So when you are doing any pricing, the strategic value that you have to look at is profitability, brand positioning, cash flow, and perception. So what is it that you are targeting on? The common MSME pricing traps that we come across, many of the medium, small, micro business people get trapped with this competitor blindness, copying what the competitors are doing, copying competitors without knowing their cost structure or efficiency level. You don't know what is really happening in your competitor's company, but you just want to copy, you want to give a competitive price based on what your competitors are offering. This is a biggest mistake. Please, I wanted to relook into this. Then emotional pricing. So lowering prices due to the fear of rejection or lack of confidence in your value. Sometimes, many a times we don't have trust within ourselves. We don't value our own product. This is one more emotional pricing mistake that we do. Then ignoring hidden cost. So there is a big problem. We fail to account for logistics, wastage, marketing, GST impact. Somebody was talking about it. So we ignore some of the hidden cost. This is one of the common mistake which we come across. And one more thing that you have to now learn about is cost plus pricing strategy. This is something which all of you are aware. So whenever you are selling your product, you should know what is your total unit cost and what is your desired expectation of profit. So what is your desired market returns that you're looking out for. So the main components when you're pricing, you have to look at is what is your fixed cost that you have to pay. You may be having rent, salaries, softwares. What is it that you have to bear every year that you have to be clear? And what is your variable cost and what is the margin that you want to keep in for your business? Margin is nothing but the buffer for growth and your research and development activities that you require. You need to have some fund internally. We call it as retained earnings, which will help you to scale up your business. So you have to be very clear with this. Then there is one thing that I was talking to you about, value-based positioning. This is something which I think all these bioenzymes businesses focus on. Sorry. Price the outcome, not the labor. So customers actually don't buy products. They buy solution to problems or emotional satisfaction. I think you're getting my point. So I'm not buying a product. I want a solution to some problem of mine. If I'm buying a water bottle, why am I buying water bottle? Because I am feeling thirsty. The problem is I want water. I think now also I need water. So I'm just telling you that. So the problem here is I need water because I'm either thirsty or I require water to avoid dehydration during this summertime. So that is my problem. I'm getting a solution for my problem. So when a person is coming to buy your product, remember he's not buying your product just for the sake of buying. He's buying a solution for his problem. So you have to price your product keeping this in your mind. What is it that your customer is looking out for? So for example, Apple sells status and a good ecosystem. Okay, Starbucks sells the third place experience. Nike sells athletic motivation. So people want to buy Nike and they say, oh, with this, I'll just going to jog from now on. So premium perception allows for premium margin. When you're setting in this premium perception, you will get a premium margin. This is something that you have to be aware about. And this is value-based positioning of your product. We'll just go ahead. So let's look at a competitive benchmarking. How do you benchmark across your competitors? The strategy here is whether you're penetrating or you're skimming, the economy, the premium. We are giving you 4 different kind of strategy, and I'm not going into the strategy in detail. I'm just talking to you about the pros and cons of each of this strategy, which will make you understand. So strategy, when I'm talking about penetration, when to use penetration? When you want to enter a new market, okay, you want to look at this as a penetrating market. So pros is rapid market share. Cons is low initial profit. You may enter a new market. What happens at that point of time is your market share may increase, or you may be going into different markets, but your profit will be lower. You should be ready for it. Skimming. That is, skimming is nothing but when you're introducing an innovative product, you have to do skimming. What is skimming exactly here? What happens when you're doing skimming? It will maximum ROI from early adopters. So early people who buy your products, they'll be giving you good returns. But the cons is competitors enter fast and your profitability your return on investments may start falling down. And strategy, one more strategy is economy. I should also think about providing economy products. So when you want to do this, when to use this economy concept or economy strategy, when your volume commodity, when your commodity is able to be sold in volume, in big volumes, the pros is it is widely accessible. Many people can easily get your products. The cons is there is thin margin in this. So when you have a big volume base, the margin is very thin. Then we talk about premium products. So here we talk about differentiated brands. For example, I'm talking about BMW or Audi. So only it's a differentiated brand as such. So what happens here is high profit per sale, but the audience level is the audience that you're targeting is very less. So this is something, whenever you're pricing, you have to keep this competitive benchmarking in your mind. Okay, let's go to the next one. The psychology of numbers, which I'm sure many of you know, and we all play with these numbers, and we all look at these numbers. We also, as the shoppers in India, when we are shopping things, we look at the psychological price tag. This is started by the Batas. You're sure Bata pricing. We say it as Bata pricing. So whenever any pricing charm comes with the ending 999 tag or 99 tag, instead of 1000, it tricks the brain into seeing a bargain. So it's saying it's not 1000, it's only 999. So, the brain is not looking at 1000, it's saying it's below 1000. So I can go in and I can afford. So what's happening here? You're anchoring, displaying a high original price next to the discounted price. Many of us, you see, whenever some offer is there, they'll say the pricing is actually 5,999, but it is offered to you at 399. You see, oh, actual price is so much, but I'm getting it here at this price. So that's where there is an anchor which is done. And the deco effect, adding a third option to make the most expensive one look like a deal. You'll say, this is the price, but I'm offering you at this price with this discount. This is where people get tricked and they are trapped to buy your products. This is one strategy which you can work out with. And one thing that you have to do whenever you're pricing your product, keep your break-even safety line in your mind. So you have to calculate the floor, the point where total revenue equals your total cost. You should know this very clearly. If you are not keeping this in your mind, it will be a big chaos in your business. So every sale that you're doing, you should be very clear. Any sale that you make after you reach your total revenue to the total cost level, that is your break-even level, then you are making profits. So this is something that you have to be looking at. Then we have to look at gross versus the net margin. So we look at the gross margin, we have to look at the net profit percentage as well. So revenue is 100%. If my gross margin is 45%, then my net profit is only 15%. So average MSME net profit in India is around 8% to 15% only. So high performing consultants show you somewhere around 30% to 60%, but normal manufacturers that we look at is between 8% to 15%. So keep this in your mind when you're working on your pricing. So one thing that I would like to highlight here is pricing for service experts. And whenever you're offering some service experts, how should you expertise? How do you price yourself? Here we talk about retainer models and we talk about value-based packages or performance-based packages. Okay, when I say retainer model, you are saying every month I'm going to pay you a fixed fees for your support. And this is best for cash flow stability. Okay, whenever you're offering a service like this, you'll be having a continuous cash flow. Value-based packages, yes. Here what we do, we are packaging the service at different level. So we say gold package, silver package, or bronze package. I'm sure many of you, when you're going in for some online services, you'll see, okay, first box is this, second box is this, third box is this. Under that, there will be a list of drop downs and certain things will be ticked in the first box. In the first box, almost all will be ticked. In the second box, few are unticked. In the third box, few are not ticked. That is where we talk about value-based packages. So you can look at this value-based packages. Then we talk about performance-based. So lower base fee plus percentage of revenue growth delivered to client. So they'll say, okay, base price is 100, but any service I do beyond this, I'll be charging a percentage on what you get. So this is a service expertise pricing that you can do. So what you have to do here is, you should consciously do this. Avoid hourly pricing. So you are selling expertise, not time. So be careful about this. Okay. Next, the physical goods matter. Okay, whenever I'm talking about physical good, this is what some of you were discussing. Be aware about your inventory cost and also your cost of capital, which is sitting on the shelves. I am not going into the details of what is your cost of capital and what is your inventory cost, but all of you are aware the raw materials, the kind of inventory that you're investing, be aware about it. And what is your dealer margin that you want to look at? Be aware of it. And then GST impact, this is very important because net price after tax collection is something that you have to be very clear about. And return rates, logistics, that is the cost which is failed to be accounted in your sales. You have to know about all these things. I'm going into the next one. When and how to discount. Okay. You have to give smart discounts. And when you have to offer the smart discount only for bulk purchases, or you say loyalty rewards is given, or seasonal clearance of dead stock, when you want to give some clear of your stock, that is when you have to give in this. And whenever you're getting a first time customer acquisition, you have to do this. Okay, off late, I was looking out for some support for my father for services. I just approached some healthcare services. When I looked into this, I found a lifetime health service offer which said we will give you the offer at a throwaway price, which you can have a service for free on a day, say at a price of 299 or something, and then decide whether you want to continue with our healthcare services. So when I looked into this, I thought, let me try it out when there is a throwaway price offer to me. I tried it on the first day. I was so convinced. I went with them for 10 days. And when I went with them for 10 days, the pricing didn't affect me so much because I felt the service is good. It's okay if I'm paying so much. So this is a smart discount which you can think about. I don't know whether you are able to figure out what I'm telling, but when you are saying your product, if a person wants to experience your product, you say, buy this at say the actual price is 1,000, but you buy it at 100 rupees today or 200 rupees today. And later, that usage of that 100, 200 rupees will be at a lower level. Of course, you may not get it at the same expectation. So you may give them a sample product with 200 rupees pricing, and then the customer will set in for you. They'll come back and they'll buy your product at 1,000 rupees. That is a smart discount that you can think about. And there's one thing that you have to be careful about, the danger zone. Discounting to match a cheap competitor is not right. Reactive discounting when a client says too expensive is not correct. If you're talking to your customer and you say, and your customer is saying you're too expensive, I can't afford it, then immediately you'll say, okay, I'll give you at 40%. Okay, I'll give you at 50% discount. That's not right. Okay. A 10% discount requires a 25 to 50% increase in volume to maintain the same profit. Remember this. So when you're offering discount, be careful. Next, modern AI pricing tools. There are various AI pricing tools which you can look out for. So you can look at dynamic pricing, competitor tracking, demand forecasting. So how do you do this? You can use tools like Tableau, Power BI, Amazon SageMakers, which will create some dashboards, which will give you some very good pricing strategy, which you can work on. You can look out for this. The margin dashboard looks like this. So you'll say 32% margin, profit by customers. This is how it looks. You can create something like this to do your pricing. So we have a case study. This is a boutique cafe. I think I'll skip this. This will take some time. We'll just skip this. Okay. Financing your growth. I had one more set of slides. I'll just go to this. How do you fix your price? A simple, quick recap in 5 steps. So first thing is audit. That means calculate exact per unit total cost that you'll be incurring. That is where you're auditing what is your actual total cost per unit cost that you are going to incur. Define or set the target net margin that you want to get, minimum at least 15%. Define what is your net margin profit, margin that you're focusing on. Then bundle, combine services to hide unit cost. Okay. Anchor, introduce a premium tier product. And test, raise prices by 5% and monitor volume. This is something that you have to do. This will get you a strategic journey towards success. This will lead you towards success for sure. So summary is this: value should be greater than price. Stop competing on price alone. Focus on why you are better. Know your numbers. So use data dashboards to track your real-time margins. Confidence is the key. Undercharging often comes from a lack of self-belief in your USP. Profits fuel growth. So margin allows you to hire, innovate, and survive. So remember, margin allows you, when you're having a set higher target, or you are setting a higher target of your margin, it will help you to hire, it will help you to innovate and also survive in the market for longer. This is what I have to say about pricing. If there is any questions, we can take it. But before that, madam, do I have time to talk about the schemes?
Ma'am, actually 9:30, we are supposed to close by 9. We are already late.
Okay, okay.
Probably some Monday we can do the knowledge sharing
Sure.
session.
Yeah, fine. That's okay.
Any questions about these?
So if there's any information seeking, I'm open for it, or decision making questions or problem solving questions, I'm open for it.
Or any kind of feedback, if you have something which
I know, I think it's all the dinner time.
yeah.
Very much, ma'am. You have explained everything very, very minutely and very depth. Can
Thank
we
you.
have some more case studies?
Yeah, I had another one, in fact, but for the time constraint, I could not go with it. There was one more case which was there followed with. This was about Bengaluru Millet Cafe Dilemma, which was there. But with the time constraint, we are not able to discuss, because here it's about pricing strategy implemented, value-based bundle pricing. All that I spoke, I had an example. Psychological anchor pricing, all that was there here, but the time.
Pragati, your question?
Yeah, do we have any market research reports for this particular sector? Anybody, like, or even the association, anybody can share
About what? About what, madam?
about the general market reports that come for products, like sector-wise reports that come for various markets. Do we have anything for Bioenzyme?
Yes, you can go in for Indian brand equity, IBEF. IBEF is a website where each sector-wise analysis is done. There is a market research. They'll tell you what is your contribution. I think I can open it here. If the time is okay, if it is okay, I can open it. I can show it for one of the sectors for you.
But do we have for bioenzymes as well? Do we have enough research done for this particular sector?
Bioenzymes, yes, I think it is there. Bioenergy is there.
This is a very new sector, Pragati, and this is what we are working on, making an industry. So you will not find any of the details. We are just into making these details.
There is a report on biotechnology industry in India, but I don't think so.
Bioenzyme is a very new thing, what we are setting it up. So it will take some time, but I think we are on the way.
I think, yeah, that is true. You will get a report like this. Just quickly, I'll share this with you. You will get it for various sectors.
Yeah, maybe if we have wherever a product is placed.
Yeah, so this
we'll
is
look into that
biotechnology
sector.
industry in India. So how it is contributing to the economy, 63 billion by 2025. So skilled human capital, infrastructure, facility, policy, that is there supporting them. Okay, and then sorry, this is a sector that you can focus on. 1 minute, it's gone up. Yeah, and there is complete report, snapshot is there, showcase, infographics is there. You can see this, and there is complete growth of biotechnology industry, how it is growing. So policy support, you can look at this. This is their infographic image that you get. How are they doing? What is their market size? What are the approvals? What is the key trend? What are the government initiatives, advantage? So you have a download PDF which will give you complete report.
We are
So you can
actually
look at it.
covering lot of these, Dr. Triveni, tomorrow.
Okay, fine. Yeah,
Yeah.
thank you. Okay, ma'am. I have shared the material with madam. Madam will be sharing it with you for sure.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. It will help us to revise all the content.
Definitely, yeah. I had very good
Everything will be
participation.
shared. We are making a book for all the 9 hours of more than 9 hours now. So whatever we are planning to do in this 9 hours, we'll be putting it in a book form of book.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah.
So without
Okay, then
further ado,
I
thank
think I would also conclude. Thank you for very good participation by all of you.
Thank you, Ms. Triveni. It was very interactive session. I think most of the participants have been actively participating and listening, though we are sitting for more than 3 hours now. But it was very interesting session. Thank you so much.
Thank
So
you.
without further ado, I'll just quickly ask Ms. Jyoti to come join online for vote of thanks and the pledge, please. Jyoti.
Thank you so much. I think Jyoti, are you there? Okay, never mind. So thank you so much. Thank you, Varsha. First, thank you so much for conducting this. And I know this was, there's always a challenge and new thing. And, this is what the exciting thing about the bioenzyme journey. It is not just about formulation. It's also about understanding the other's need and putting it across, learning about the different aspects. So that you have done it beautifully today. And I'm sure next time you will do it better. So it's absolutely fine. Padma, it was fantastic. Thank you from your, I know you're so busy and still you could come out of the thing and you could do our Shanti part in the beginning. Uh, Thank you, everyone. Yeah, Shalini, and we had to shift a lot of things. Shuja had some challenges at personal level. She had to rush to hospital, so she couldn't come. She called me at the last moment, and I had to present her papers. So, but she has been putting a lot of effort since last 20 days, and that's how we have worked together on putting on product presentation. So, Suja also, thank you, Suja. Thank you, Shalini. And thanks, Dr. Triveni. Once again, it's always pleasure listening to you because you put so many complicated things in such a simple way for us to understand. And we look forward because, when we thought, okay, Dr. Triveni is going to come, I had long list of things. I want to learn this. I want to learn this. And she said, I need 1 week time to teach you all of these. And I said, okay, then let's fix out, where each one of us struggle with pricing our products. So that is how we chose this topic. And thank you so much. And you can join us even tomorrow. Tomorrow we have very exciting sessions about the products. Our presenters are amazing, though they have some language issues, but we will handle it, I'm sure. And we will also have this marketing person who is actually guiding a lot of biotech in Karnataka and in different countries globally on startup or marketing guidance. So looking forward for tomorrow's another exciting session. So thank you so much for lovely participation, and I'm sure all of us are going to learn a lot from these. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Good night, ma'am. Thank you very much.